So as we get ready to roll here once again, Montana Tech and Rocky Mountain College, 15 minutes on the clock. And again, thanks for joining us on a gorgeous Saturday as we are ready to roll here.
That dude is all business. Smith is.
He
is all business.
And I'll tell you, it's been an intense week. These guys, they know what this game means. They know what Rocky Week means. And they have been significantly intense this week. I mean, it has been up there. So we'll see how this gets started. Of course, Montana Tech, two guys back. Levi Torgerson back there floating.
And we did see Parker Johnson go down last week with a leg injury. And I had mentioned the history of knee problems that Parker had in his tenure here and going back to high school in Helena. But, I was able to talk to his dad, and it was more of an ankle-related sprain than anything else. So that's good news for Parker.
It is.
He just and I don't know if he'll be in uniform today or not, but it sounds like a healable event.
Yeah. So Renner is back with Parker Johnston, and we are away. End over end kick. Torgerson will take it 5 yards deep, and he'll take a knee. So touchback, and Montana Tech will start things off at the 25-yard line. If I'm on the other side of number two, I probably kick it all the way through the back of the end zone, too, to be honest.
I was going to say, if that's the same, the kickoff guy's the same as their place kicker, it's easy to see how they led the conference in field goals this year. Nice leg, nice high kick, 5 yards deep into the end zone. No real chance for Torgerson.
So we are ready to roll here offensively. Montana Tech will bring him out. At quarterback, Blake Thelen, the senior out of Great Falls. Two receivers left. Now we'll shift. And we'll go heavy up front. Landers Smith in the backfield. Landers, handoff. He's going to get the first carry. Turns it upfield and just bowls his way out for a gain of 3 to the 28-yard line.
Not much there. He was met in the backfield, ran through an arm tackle in the backfield, was able to pick up 3 yards on something that didn't look like he had much beyond the line of scrimmage, but a hungry piece of running by Smith there as the first carry of the game.
Landers comes in, 153 carries, 828 yards on the ground, 11 touchdowns. He'll look to add to those numbers here today. 2nd down and 7. Two receivers, 3. Check that. Two receivers right now. Coming across the front is going to be Torgy. 3-step drop by Thelen. Pressure. Pocket holds. Downfield. It's up and almost intercepted. Getting both hands on it that time was Eric Lira.
Yeah, Lira was in good position. That's a good play.
Actually, Trey Smith. My apologies.
Or, excuse me, Smith. Offense turning into defense there. Wyatt Alexander got that underthrown ball knocked away. That ball should have been picked off, if not by the effort of Wyatt Alexander. But on a good note, Thelen did a nice job in his pass drop there and stepping up and throwing off his off his front foot. Good weight transfer. We've seen him throw a lot of stuff in the last couple games off his back foot, and he looked a lot more comfortable there early on.
3rd down and 7 here for the Digs. Looking to move the chains here on their first possession of the game. Dropping back. Thelen steps up in the pocket. Downfield. Well-thrown football, looking for Michelotti, and he gets him at the 32-yard line.
Great adjustment by Michelotti there. Ball slightly underthrown, but Thelen wanted to throw it so it could get caught. He knew his big receiver out of Helena Capital had the advantage there, could see it coming in, and a good job of stepping up, attacking the line of scrimmage by Thelen, and getting a deliverable ball completed to the freshman wideout, Michelotti.
Just quickly to the line of scrimmage. 1st down and 10 from the Rocky 32-yard line. Torgerson in motion. They're going to give it to him going back the other way. Has some blocking. Levi Torgerson cuts back. He's across the 20 to the 18. 1st down yardage for Levi Torgerson.
He's having a lot of fun out here.
He is.
He really is. I mean, they employ him in all facets of this football game that are reasonable, right? A little end around there, outside zone, whatever you want to call it, but he reads blocks well, he gets upfield well, he cuts well, and has a lot of fun doing it.
1st and 10 here for the Digs. We're inside the Case IH red zone. Handoff is going to go to Landers. Smith straight ahead. He's inside the 15 to the 14.
Yeah, 4-man front out of Rocky, playing some games on 3rd down there. A little, a tackle and a looping another tackle twist on that 3rd down. Trying to get pressure with 4. But, 4-man surface, 1 and 3 technique. 4 guys at the line of scrimmage, playing a little coverage. No real blitzing action out of this defense yet. But, we'll see as time progresses here what they bring to the table against Thelen.
Trips receivers right, empty backfield. Now coming into the backfield It's going to be Lander Smith. He'll get the rock going left, trying to find the edge, and he's not going to get there. Nice job defensively that time as reaching in and getting a tackle. Looks like I'm missing some numbers, to be honest.
I am too. Here, I'll look it up. But yeah, 44, that was a well-timed. That's just a Mike Baker blitz. That's your Mike linebacker right through the B gap there, untouched. He was able to leverage Lander Smith, make the tackle for loss there. That's Mason Browning. Yep.
So 3rd down and 12. Hard count almost gets them into the neutral zone. They'll change it up here. Heavy wind in the faces of the Orediggers here. Right on the 20-yard line. Dropping back, looking to throw. Thelen steps up, delivers down the middle. Great pass, great catch. Touchdown, Montana Tech.
Just a super pass. Just touched up. Had enough on it to get Logan Kennedy in time. But he touched it up, got it over that underneath coverage, and a great fingertip grab by Logan Kennedy right here at the goal line.
Logan Kennedy, tremendous catch. That's his 4th receiving touchdown of the year, and the Digs will get on the board first as their first possession gets them into the end zone.
As if there isn't enough pressure on tight ends in the blocking game and the passing game and whatnot, but you always expect them to make your toughest catches. I don't know why, but you do, and Logan Kennedy did it there.
So as the kicking unit comes in, snap a little low. They're able to get it out, and the kick is up. The kick is good for Dylan Root. Montana Tech gets on the board first, 7-0 over Rocky Mountain College. We're here on Digger Vision. We're back right after this. Hey, we're back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech. Bob Green Field at Alumni Coliseum. The new carpet out here on Bob Green. And again, thanks for joining us here on Digger Vision, brought to us by Intermountain Health here today. Montana Tech gets their first drive into the end zone as Blake Thelen hit Logan Kennedy 20 yards for the touchdown. Tech ran 7 plays, 75 yards, took 2 minutes and 57 seconds off of the clock.
Hopefully my questions are answered coming in. We talked about in the last couple weeks the healing process and the injury to that right shoulder of Whitcomb there at outside linebacker for Montana Tech, who's just having a great year, an outstanding year. Really shines as one of the stalwart defenders on this football team, and he looks healthy and ready to go down there, getting his arms warmed up, shoulders warmed up, ready to go out and make some hits.
So the Digger D will get ready to check out here as Montana Tech will kick it away. As Ryder Baranowski, the freshman out of Whitefish.
This wind will test you getting it to the goal line. We'll see. I think you just put maybe a little more air under it and work on that kickoff cover team.
Spoke to Baranowski's dad before the game today. Sounds like he has family from all over the country joining us here on Digger Vision, so welcome. They're going to get sick of us. He's just a true freshman. Boy, by the time he's done here, they're going to hate us, Askey.
Well, could be worse. We could be facing another pandemic that would give him 2 more years.
Great kick into the wind. Fair catch at the 2.
Great kick. Great kick. Forcing the fair catch. Smart play. Rocky Mountain College that time. Back there to receive. I'm going to get my roster here. James Mozon, the 3rd.
Okay. So again, let's get this Rocky offense out here. I believe it's going to be J.T. Allen at quarterback, and we'll see as they come up to the line of scrimmage. It looks like it is J.T. Allen back there, redshirt junior out of Glacier High School.
What number is that? Can you see that second number?
I believe it's 16.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it is Allen. And the handoff going to be kept by Allen. He pulls it out and slides across the 35. That's a nice run by J.T. Allen. As Haskett said, all 3 of these quarterbacks that we might see are all very good in the run game, and he certainly showed it there. He put it in the belly of his tailback and took off.
Good read on the little RPO game, the read zone. His back was taken away. Allen pulled it out. Yeah, if that quarterback's reading that, it is a nightmare to defend. Everybody's got to, you always talk about do your job. Do your job's never been more important than the RPO or the read zone game.
Allen, 3 receivers to his left. Montana Tech will rush 4. Allen stands in the pocket. Now he's going to run up and escape. He'll dive across the 40 to the 42. JT Allen coming into this ball game has thrown 45 passes. He's completed 26 of those, hitting 58% of his passes, 248 yards, 3 scores, and 1 interception as of right now. Let's take a look at his rushing yards here. That might give you another look. As of right now, 18 carries coming into the ball game for 18 yards, and those numbers already ballooning here today. Hand off to the tailback, off tackle right across the 45, first down yardage to the 48.
Yards and scoring haven't been a huge issue out of this offense.
No.
That time I think it's Tuff Adams. They're the 5'11", 210-pound freshman running back out of Helena Capital. But, yeah, yards and scoring haven't been the huge issue for this team. It's getting stops on defense. So you've got to know that coming in. Montana Tech, who's played a lot of 4-man surface throughout the year this year, have reduced down to a 3-man front against this offense.
Split backs, 3 receivers. Allen's going to swing it out, and that one's going to skip. That football there, now we get a whistle.
Yeah, it was lateral at best.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, you're right. I could see what you were looking at there. It almost maybe looked like it was a backwards pass, but it's blown dead by that officiating crew. And Rocky's looking at 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down and 10 here for the Bears. Ball at their own 48-yard line. Looking for their first conference win. They did beat Northern earlier in the year, much like the Tech Carroll game earlier this year. It was not a conference game. Man in motion, and the handoff to the tailback. Nice gap across the 50 to the Montana Tech 47-yard line. Great drive straight ahead that time as a good bit of running out of the tailback.
Yeah, I believe that's Tuff Adams again.
Okay.
Coming up to make the defensive play there. Good job getting low, taking that running back's legs out by Jaden McNeil.
3rd down and 5.
Now they go to 4-man, actually a 5-man surface here. Or excuse me, 4-man surface.
Looking right the whole way. Allen going to try to escape, and he's not going to get there. He's going to get to the Montana Tech 45, so that's going to bring up 4th and 3. Right in that neighborhood anyway here for Rocky.
First big decision of this football game. They're across the midfield stripe. Early in the game, looks like they're bringing out their punt team. Yep. They're going to kick this away. But, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Rocky maybe try and draw Tech off sides here and run that offense back out there and maybe go for it here.
So the punting unit comes out on 4th down and 3 here for the Bears. 9:28 left to play in the first quarter. Montana Tech leading 7-0.
Good to see Peyton Gonzer back in that secondary for Montana Tech after missing a week last week. Got beat up a little bit against Western down there where he had an outstanding game.
As you mentioned, trying to get Montana Tech into the neutral zone.
Well, you probably never thought I could call that.
Look at that action. That was a wise call, Mr. Haskett.
Yeah, we'll see what they do here. Are they taking the 5-yard penalty? I never saw a flag fly, but they are walking the down marker back.
Yep.
Yeah, so they just took the penalty. So if they could get an eager punt block team out of Montana Tech to jump across that line and give their punter a little more space to kick this ball away.
Boy, and he's got heavy wind at his back, kind of going from left to right. You'd have to assume they're going to try and assault the near side out of bounds line. Maybe try and get it down in Coffin Corner. Guy in motion. Snap, good one to the punter. End over end kick. Drifting right. Fair catch called for and hauled in at the 12-yard line by Levi Torgerson.
Those are tough on this field this time of day. Torgerson's looking right back into that southern sun. Able to secure that ball outside of the 10-yard line, the 13-yard line for this offense to hopefully maintain momentum and move the chains.
8:59 left to play here in this first quarter. Montana Tech leading 7-0. Thanks for joining us here on Digger Vision as we make our way through the day, and hopefully everyone enjoying their day. Some windy action here, but pretty good crowd, honestly. It does look like the tailgate is emptied out a little bit. I'm so proud of them. Like they actually realize there's a football game over here. We did a very big injustice to them when we put the big banner up, because then they couldn't watch through the fence.
Right.
So they actually have to come in to watch the game.
It's nice to see a lot of them made it around that first corner. You see that thing so heavily populated with fans. Boy, they're almost like me. I hate to get too far away from that next beer, but that gets heavily populated. But stands are pretty full end to end here, so nice crowd and a good day. What a nice day.
Just a gorgeous day. And again, it's brought to us today by Intermountain Health. They have their mobile mammography unit here. And we certainly, they're just a huge part of Butte, Montana, and Southwest Montana. And you certainly can speak better than most the care that one can get as far as, whether it's mammograms, whether it's cancer, or whatever it is at St. James. You can speak to that greatly, brother.
You bet. Yeah, they do a great job up there, and happy and unhappy to be a part of it, right? Is that how that goes?
There you go.
Fortunately for us, everything's turned the corner and is on a positive note, so... and she's tuned in listening to us, And
I think Dee Dee was swearing at you the last time I talked to her, so I love that. I mean, that made me happy. You can tell everything's go.
She probably was. The day ended in Y.
All right, so we're back out here. We had a timeout, I guess. I missed that one.
She let me off the chain today on our walk.
Did she?
Yeah, I got off the leash and got to walk ball by myself. It was nice. I didn't bite anybody.
1st and 10, only because you didn't want to walk next to you, that's all. So Thelen out of the shotgun, one back. Tight end off the right side is Logan Kennedy. And it looks like Pierce here on the near side. Actually, Kennedy in motion. Handoff is going to go to Smith. Lander Smith tried to find a gap, not there. Actually, it's Renner.
Yeah, that's actually Renner.
Yeah, Renner in the backfield. So good to see that young man, Ethan Renner, the senior out of Laurel.
That's a smart defense, too. They read that really well. But they know that Thelen on that read zone isn't really a threat to carry the ball. How often have you seen Blake Thelen? Now, we've seen him take off and run in scramble situations, but we haven't seen him keep that ball on that read zone, maybe 5 times in his career. And so, and coaches go over that, and they'll tell him, until he burns us with it, just ignore him.
2nd down and 11 after the loss of 1. 2 receivers wide left. Thelen dropping back, looking to throw. Pressure coming. Thelen steps up, and he's going to air it up downfield, and that one's going to fly over the top, incomplete. We have a flag down, and I'm guessing we're going to get a holding.
It's a hold on the back there in the backfield. He picked up a blitzing outside linebacker and took him on, got him to the ground. I must have maybe one of those collisions where he grabbed the jersey and pulled the defender out on top of him, or down on top of him.
Number 36.
Yeah,
penalty is
they got
declined.
Landers.
So Landers.
Next out.
So they'll decline it. That'll bring up 3rd and 11. Montana Tech been good on 3rd down so far, 2 for 2, and they've been long 3rd downs.
That's doable. You collide with that blitzing linebacker, but you can't let your bodies separate. You got to get in there with those hands, grab that chunk of jersey inside, and keep it close to your body. You can drag him to the ground, but
Thelen out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Montana Tech leading 7-0 here in the first quarter.
Our man Landers got caught.
I don't believe it. So Thelen awaiting the snap. Looking left. Now scrambles to his right. Airs it up downfield. Finds his man. Wyatt Alexander on his feet at the 30. Cuts back at the 35, and that's where he will go down. That's going to be a nice gain of 18 for Wyatt. And that'll move the chains again for Montana Tech.
Yeah, Thelen just wanted some stuff to develop there. Bought a little time in the pocket and let Alexander kind of rally his route to the sideline where he could pick up his number. Where Thielen's got to do there, he had Landers Smith check blitz and swing out into the flat here. Smith had nobody around him. Thelen, as this game progresses, his coaching will come down and tell him your back swing's looking good, so he'll be able to check down to that.
1st down and 10 here for the Digs. Ball at their 35-yard line. Renner in the backfield. Renner will get the ball. I'll fake it. Now they'll shovel it up to Levi Torgerson. Torgerson, little stutter step out of bounds at the 44.
I told you, he's having fun. Good piece of running, just a little shovel pass out of his quarterback. Get the ball in somebody as dangerous as Levi Torgerson's hands. He can make guys miss.
As we look here at the replay, that's a great fake to Lander Smith, and then you get it out to Levi Torgerson. You have to commit bodies to Levi Torgerson, or to Lander Smith up the middle right there. But quarterback Blake Thelen pulled it out of his belly and shoveled it up, and Montana Tech picks up 9.
The number one concern on this offense for this defense at Rocky Mountain is Lander Smith in that running game. You got to adjust to everything else, but they want to stop Smith.
Did you take a shot here? Nope. Hand off to Landers, straight ahead. Landers pulls the pile across the 50 to the 49.
Well, it's always kind of a shot if you hand it to Smith.
That's
right?
A great point. Injured player down here for Rocky momentarily. Landers Smith hits the line of scrimmage as violently as anyone that I can honestly remember. Take a look at this. Here's our Case IH instant replay. Landers pop Runs over one guy, pulls 3 with him.
Legs never stop.
No.
They just don't stop. He's just a huge headache for opposing defenses. And, we give a lot of credit to him, but those 5 guys, including Logan Kennedy and Pierce up front, are doing a great job of getting him running room.
That is the case. First down and 10 here for the Digs. Player down here for Rocky. As we are here on a Saturday Frontier Conference action. Montana Tech, 3 games remaining after today. They'll be down the road to Arizona next week. And then from there, we'll have a pair of home games. Looks like we have a timeout on the field, so with it, we'll take one. Montana Tech leading 7-0. We're here on Digger Vision, brought to us by Intermountain Health. We're back after this. Back here once again with Intermountain Health or Digger Football on Digger Vision. First and 10 here for the Digs. Ball just across the 50. As timeout, Red Hat still out on the field. Little wind out of the southwest. Digs up here early.
It's been another good drive. We talked about third down conversion going into this game, and Montana Tech's picked up 3 big third and long third down conversions here early in this contest.
Blake Thelen out of the shotgun. Logan Kennedy goes in motion. Handoff going to go to the tailback. Turns it upfield. Good footwork across the 45-40. And down to the 36-yard line is going to be Renner. Really nice bit of running that time by Renner. Tremendous footwork. Picks up 14 and moves the chains.
Ain't no bigger fans of
Take a look at the footwork.
Landers Smith and the 2 guys in this booth. But the ability for Montana Tech to throw a second and third head at a defense in the running game is only going to help this offense. And you see Renner getting more and more looks here, and he does a nice job with it.
Another TDS first down here for the Digs. That is their 5th first down here of this opening quarter. 3 receivers. Torgerson goes in motion. They fake the handoff to him. Thelen now in trouble. Thielen's going to get hit. Thielen's going to go down at the 45. That's going to be a loss of 9.
Just a 4-man rush. They've been playing some games up front there, but that was just a good kind of a bull rush and a good move off the right edge, and Thelen had nowhere to go.
So Rocky Mountain College going to get the sack, and that will bring up second and long here for the Digs. Ball at the 44-yard line of Rocky.
Got dropped on that left arm. He's kind of swinging that left arm around like he came down hard on that left shoulder, but it could be worse. It could be the right shoulder. You got 2 of them, Paul.
Thank you. Second and long. Thelen almost gets him into the neutral zone. Looks to coach for the play call here. 2 receivers on his right side. And 2 split tight to the left. Thelen looking right the whole way. Airs it up, hits his man. That's Michelotti. Big cushion over there. And Michelotti will get across the original line of scrimmage.
Good recognition by Michelotti and Thelen there. Rocky showing a little bit of a shell's coverage there, but they're dropping a safety down similar to what we saw a few games ago here. I can't remember who was here, but anyway, they're dropping a safety down to support in that running game. They recognized a bail by the near side corner, and Thelen, pretty easy throw and catch for him and Michelotti.
Third down and 8 here for the Digs after they picked up some of that yardage back.
Rocky's got 5 guys at the line of scrimmage here.
Tech is going to call a timeout. Let's talk about this. So third down and 8, balls at the 34-yard line with some wind out here. You'd have to assume this is kind of 2-down territory as it is, right?
Great call. Great call. I think the next call may paint the picture a little better, knowing they maybe have the running game part of this 2-down attack here. But, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go to Smith. That may be why they called the timeout, because Rocky had been showing just a 4-man front. That time they walked up. They went to an odd front and went to what you'd call a bare surface. All your offensive linemen and center covered by defenders. They might not have liked that for what they had called, so they got a timeout, maybe going to talk about it here and just see what they want to do, even if it's still 2-down territory.
Taking a look at this from the end zone. Thelen with the toss.
Thielen's looked as comfortable today throwing the ball as he has all year, maybe more comfortable than he has all year.
You look even there, he has stood in the pocket well. Well thrown ball to Michelotti. Fakes the sideline, turns on the interior.
Think Michelotti's played a little football in his life?
I think just a little bit.
You hear me talk about that all the time, going back to our Hall of Fame game a couple weeks ago, and the induction of Lorenzo Snyder. That was his masterpiece. He was into that first move as the ball was arriving. Huge advantage if you can make it. If you can make it work. They always tell him to catch it first, but the good ones just they catch it a little after that first move, and Michelotti's well into that game.
Torgerson and Michelotti go wide right. Wyatt Alexander wide left.
He's a big dude.
Yes.
Nick Michelotti.
Yeah, you don't realize it.
He's every bit of 6'4".
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good.
Torgerson goes in motion out of the shotgun on 3rd and 8. Thelen's going to roll the pocket left, pulls it up, airs it up, and overfires Levi Torgerson. Levi would have liked to have been 6'4" in that scenario.
Yeah, a little rollout pass, but he got pressure. Thelen got pressure right away. Yeah. He was forced to throw that a lot sooner than he wanted to. Rocky bought pressure from the boundary edge, and Montana Tech did not have it accounted for. There was no play action in the backfield to get the back's attention as well. The back was just leading out on the wide side edge here, but Thelen didn't want to throw it that early.
Thelen, 4 of 6, or rather 5 of 8 for 103 yards right now. 1 touchdown. He's been sacked once. 4th down and 8. As we mentioned, the offense stays out. 3 receivers. Play action. Thelen steps back, airs it up downfield. He hits his tight end. 1st down at the 18-yard line. Logan Kennedy is fired up.
The guy's never lacked confidence as long as I've known him, as long as he's been here. But he is playing as or more confident than I've ever seen him play. He went up hungry for that football. Nobody else was going to get that ball. It was slightly high, but Thelen had to put it where only he could get it. And this is a great, great catch.
Drops back. Puts some air under it. Look at the eyes on Logan going up and hauling it in. Tremendous catch by Logan. 1st down and 10 inside the Case IH red zone. As the Digs looking to put more points on the board. Tight formation up front. Landers Smith with a carry. Landers gets through the first level. He's down to the 12.
To tip your hat to the Rocky defenders. They're doing a pretty good job at tackling Landers Smith. He's getting a little momentum as he crosses the line of scrimmage. That time, defensive back, 6'2", 180-pound Billings West product, Dylan Deans up there. But he got up there and got into Smith's legs and got him to the ground. From here, it looked like Smith may score on that play.
Landers Smith. 5 carries, 18 yards.
You'll see Smith start to go airborne. He likes to jump defenders. You'll see him start to go airborne if he clears that first level of this defense.
It's out of motion again by the Digs. Hand off to Landers. Going to pound it straight ahead. Bounced off the first defender, and he'll pick up nearly 3, it looks like. Bring up 3rd down and 2.
And once again, I think you're in 2-down territory, provided there's positive yardage on this 3rd down attempt.
Well, as you look... We've got some scores going across our banner on the bottom. I'm going to call it the Barrett banner. He's responsible for that bad boy. Thank you, Barrett. 3rd down and 2. 1 back at home, 2 receivers on the right side. And they'll shift again to heavy. Boy, they certainly see something out of this they like, huh? Landers with the carry. He'll push the defender down to the 5.
You don't mind seeing that. They're showing a 6-man surface. Whoa. They're getting a late flag here. See what comes out of this. But you don't mind seeing a 6-man surface there if you've got zone called or something like that. And, because once... If you can pop that zone, if you see the right cut up or the right cut back, it's gone. He's to the end zone.
Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 99. Half the distance to the goal. That's number 99.
So unsportsmanlike against Rocky. And to put a nice fine point on it, that's a flag we have seen a lot in this history of these 2 games.
Yeah, that's defensive lineman, 6'3", 275-pounder from Crystal River, Florida, Tim Gray. Maybe just a little too emotional after that run. But getting back to a lot of guys at the line of scrimmage. If you've got zone dialed up, you're not necessarily checking out of it.
1st and goal from the 3. Landers Smith, the deep back. We're going to go full house. And a heavy backfield this time. We'll see who's going to get the rock. Landers gets it. He has blockers, but he is caught before he can turn it south. And they're going to blow the whistle. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and not much more. It looked like one of the first there was John Aragon, the D lineman out of California.
Yeah, you're right. Number 8, John Aragon, got in the backfield and got a piece of Smith before he could get really any upfield momentum going. Got him drugged to the ground.
Clock running here in the opening quarter. It's been a quick first quarter. We're down to $1:15.
I don't hate a little fly motion down here. With someone who's experienced carrying the ball as Torgerson, something quick across to be a threat to run the perimeter here. That might pop something inside for Smith.
They show full house. Now they move up. Pierce, the tight end on the left side. Levi gets it on the fly, trying to find somewhere to go. Dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Levi Torgerson.
It's a good
tremendous read.
It's a good look. He just puts pressure on the perimeter of that defense. You run him across, and you pop pass it to him, or hand it to him, or fake it to him. It just puts a lot of pressure on that D.
Just that great move. He sees the end zone and just dives on it. Levi Torgerson gets another touchdown. Rushing touchdown for Levi, and the Orediggers go up 13-0. Our Case Construction instant replay. Torgy throws the hands up. Kicking unit is in for the PAT. The basketball team has a scrimmage, if you will, with Miles City Community College today in Fairfield.
Our guy
so
Hyatt
Levi can't
football.
go. Yeah,
Hyatt was in the booth with us last night. He knows his football.
He knows his
I like
stuff.
it. Yeah,
he does.
I like it.
So the Digs leading here as we have 54 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. Montana Tech up over Rocky Mountain College 13-0. With the timeout, we'll take one. We're back here quickly to Alumni Coliseum. Back here once again as we are on a Saturday. Montana Tech leading 14-0 as we await the kickoff here. The winds still buffeting out of the south-southwest. End over end kick, fair catch called for, and brought in at the 6-yard line. So Rocky will start things off at the 25-yard line. Again, a very quick first quarter thus far.
A little surprised they didn't take a return opportunity there on that one. Ball not kicked quite as high. Got to field it outside the 5-yard line. See what that kickoff return team can produce. But I don't think, with the ball being awarded on the 25-yard line anymore, I don't think it's ever a terrible decision.
Yeah.
Fair catch out.
Rocky has run 6 offensive plays for 31 yards. Allen has 19 yards rushing on 3 carries. He is in at quarterback. Tight end right, 1 back at home, 3 receivers. Allen going to hand it off to his tailback, who gets hit violently at the line of scrimmage as Whitcomb is there to deliver the blow. That's going to be a gain of 1.
Yeah, it was a well-timed blitz by inside backer Matt Whitcomb. He blitzed him right into that run, and he doesn't miss. Whitcomb doesn't miss. He's a great tackler.
Second and 9.
His backups had an exceptional year, too. Kovic, he's done a great job.
Yeah, Kovic was outstanding last week. Second down and 9. 2 receivers on each side of the formation. Tech showed press. Now they back off it here on the near side with Angel Sanchez. Snap a little off. Handoff going to go to the tailback. Nice spin move, and he'll pound it ahead. Pick up 6. Going to bring up 3rd down and 3, we'll say, here for the Bears.
Yeah, he got hit right at the line of scrimmage by Tel Arthur, was able to spin out of it and pick up a few yards. Arthur came in a little relief duty last weekend, and he had a nice day. You could tell he was leading that defense, doing a great job making plays against Simpson.
First quarter is in the books. Montana Tech leading 14-0 over the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College. We're here on Digger Vision, a service of Intermountain Health. We're back with the start of the second right after this. Back here once again to Alumni Coliseum. Bob Greenfield, Montana Tech leading 14-0. The Digs ran 22 offensive plays in the opening quarter, 160 yards. Thelen threw for 124. He was 7 of 10 for 124 yards. Landers has 8 carries for 24 yards. Torgerson has a carry for 13, and also Renner has 2 for 13 here as of right now. Michelotti and Logan Kennedy each have a pair of receptions. Michelotti 51 yards. Kennedy has 37 yards and a score as of right now. 3rd down and 2 here for the Battling Bears. Ball at their own 37-yard line. The Digs, 4 guys on the defensive front. So JT Allen out of the shotgun again here on 3rd down and 2 for the Bears. 3 receivers, tight end lefts. Pressure coming. Hand off to the tailback. Hits the line of scrimmage, and he's not going to get there.
Tech's done it right into it. They brought Cole Wyant on a B-gap blitz. Blitzed right into it. Forced the cutback out of the runner. And ran into the old friendly arms of... I don't have 94 for Tech on my roster. Do you have that there?
I do not. Let's see here.
So I don't know if that's Yates.
On 4th down, the punting unit is in here for the Battling Bears. 4th and short. And the punt is away. End over end kick. Bounces at the 33. Continues to roll. And Rocky will let it roll back to the 15-yard line.
Torgerson bummed out. He didn't get up there to field that football. They got about another 15 or 20 yards out of the roll.
Yeah, into the wind as well. So second quarter, Montana Tech leading 14-0, and their offense will get another go. Again, 22 offensive plays, 160 yards for the Digs right now.
I'm not saying Tech offensively has been largely predictable, but predictable enough here. We'll see what they can get themselves throwing the football. Should they choose to start maybe throwing a little bit on first down here? They've been predictable on short yardage, running the ball, 1st and 10, running the ball. Forced to throw, on their few third and longs. But we'll see if they don't come out and do maybe a little play action throw here on first down.
First offensive possession here of the second quarter. They fake the handoff. Middle screen is going to go deep across the 25-30. Cut back here to the 35 and out to the 38-yard line. Logan Kennedy, that's a good-looking screen. He gets that thing downfield to the 38-yard line.
It's a good-looking play. They threat the perimeter on both sides and hit that little wide delay, tight end delay down the middle, screen or no screen. But they set him in on pass pro and then release him late. They worked on that early in the year. We saw him try it in that first game of the year against Georgetown, but it's a good-looking play when it's executed properly.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Kennedy in motion, stops just off the edge. Handoff going to go to the second guy through, as Vetter will get out to the 42-yard line. So Vetter a pickup of 4. Christian Vetter from Butte High School getting his first carry today. And the Digs are going to be looking at second down and looks like 7 here officially.
Early in this contest, but Rockies had a good sound plan against this Tech running game, no question. And they got a lot of helmets whose attention is in the backfield there, and then that would lead you to believe, that first down pass, whether it was a tight end delay or whatever it was, you get an open receiver. They are focused on that backfield of Montana Tech's.
Second down and 7 here for the Digs out of the shotgun. Dropping back, Thelen has time. Looking to his left, now looks for the deep ball into double coverage. It's caught somehow by Levi Torgerson. Torgy goes up and gets it at the 28-yard line of Rocky.
You work on that in practice. That's just distraction drill. The defender gets underneath that ball. Well played, actually, that time by cornerback Trey Smith. He played it well. But he just mistimed his jump, got his hands up in front of that ball, but missed it. Torgerson went up right behind him, made the catch.
Look at that. Just tremendous concentration by Levi Torgerson on our Case Construction instant replay. And the Digs down to the Rocky 29-yard line. Thelen 8 of 11 for 150-plus yards. One back. Man in motion is Torgerson. Quarterback's going to keep it. And actually, it was Wyant in at quarterback. So Cade Wyant getting his first snap in that Wildcat look. He was in the backfield that last play as well.
And Rocky's communicating that on defense. You look back there and you see Wyant, you immediately look back on tape and say, this guy likes to run the football. He likes to pull it on the zone read. And that time, Jabril Madison Jr., 5'11", 230-pound D lineman. He read it all the way. I mean, you're communicating that. That's what those linebackers do. Hey, it's 4, it's 4, it's 4. Quarterback run, quarterback run.
2nd and 10. One back. Dropping back, they're going to hit him out of the backfield. Lander Smith turns it upfield. Great footwork across the 20 down to the 15. What a move by Lander Smith. He's going to pick up 14 yards. Lander Smith is going to move the chains, and we're inside the Case IH red zone.
They spotted that early in the game. Lander Smith just checking and swinging. They went to him early that time and gave him some space to run.
Look at the footwork here. Whoop. Ankle breaker. So we are looking at first down and 10 here for the Digs. Fresh set of downs at the 15th. And Montana Tech, Blake Thelen. They're going to go heavy again. In the backfield, Lander Smith. 9 guys in the box for Rocky. Play action across the middle. Pierce is there for the catch at the 4.
That's a good look back to Pierce. He's the secondary receiver there on that play side rollout action, and they catch him on the drag route across the middle. They wanted that. You could tell they wanted that. I don't even think there was a play side read there by Thelen. I think he wanted that backside drag and was able to throw and get it caught inside the 5-yard line.
First and goal from the 4 here for the Digs. Full house backfield again. The deep back is Lander Smith. We will adjust at the line of scrimmage. Thelen puts Logan Kennedy in motion, handoff to Smith. Smith barrels straight ahead. He's down to the 1.
He's having to earn it, no doubt about it. But he's got the hungry head and the heart to fight through this action that he's getting. He's getting a lot of defenders' pads on him, but he's fighting through it, keeping those legs moving. I mean, he had no business picking up a yard there, let alone 3.
Yeah, boy, just tremendous second effort as he leans his body towards the goal line. That'll bring up second down and goal from the 2. They'll stay in the full house backfield.
You go to Smith here. No doubt.
They continue to shift into heavy here. Almost a wing T look to it. Hand off to Landers straight ahead. Landers powers his way to the goal line. Landers gets in for the touchdown. Landers Smith gets the rushing touchdown. And Montana Tech will go up 20-0 as Landers breaks the plane. That is his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Digs stretch their lead out.
This is I mentioned in the break, this is a good opportunity to get a lot better offensively and defensively. You have the advantage here today. I don't think there's any question record-wise and possibly talent-wise right now between these two teams. But Rocky is trying to take away something that you want to do. That really challenges you offensively. And Montana Tech's answered really well here today, mixing it up with the passing game, ball to the tight end, ball to the back.
Kicking unit is in for the PAT. Rocky gets a little heat, but the Digs get it through. 21-0 our score. Montana Tech up over the top of Rocky Mountain College. We have a timeout on the field, so we'll take one. Or Digger football here on Digger Vision, the service of Intermountain Healthcare in St. James. We're back after this. Hey, we're back here once again to Bob Green Field at Alumni Coliseum. Frontier Conference action here on a Saturday as the Montana Tech Ore Diggers battling the Battling Bears out of Rocky Mountain College. The 116th meeting between the two programs. The Digs leading 21-0 here on a gorgeous day. You see our crowd. And a really, really nice day again here. A little windy. Just as long as that banner stays put.
I'm not surprised, but I'm really happy with how much more comfortable Blake Thelen looks throwing the ball here today. Yeah. Not a lot of back foot stuff, not a lot of getting chased out of the pocket early. He stepped up a couple times. It's proved to pay in dividends when he did step up and attack the line of scrimmage, but he looks a lot more confident here today.
Kicking with the wind, a low line drive, rocket shot will bounce through the back of the end zone. So Rocky Mountain College will take over at the 25-yard line. Rocky has run 9 offensive plays for 40 yards thus far. Allen is 0 for 1 throwing the football, but he is their leading rusher.
Yeah, and Tech defensively settled in really well here today as well. They've really settled in.
Yeah, this defense has been really fantastic this year.
Get a look at a little bit of youth. Freshman Gunnar Peterson. Does that make sense? Number 29 on the D front. They have him listed as a running back. I don't know.
Let's see here. First down and 10 here for the Battling Bears. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Handoff to the tailback straight ahead. And swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
That's Wyant getting up there. Secondary support. No blitz. He's just a fast read there. And Mike linebacker got up and got into that running back before any momentum was established.
It looks to me like DJ Brown is wearing 29 today.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
DJ Brown normally wears 99, but he's right over. He's at nose right over the center, and that is who that has to be is DJ Brown wearing 29 today. Second down and 9, 3 receivers right. Allen out of the shotgun. Looking to his right. Airs it up. Pass complete across the middle. 35 out to the 38-yard line. That's going to move the chains here for the Battling Bears. Their 3rd first down here of the first half.
Yeah, Jack Waddell just settling up in zone coverage there. That's good, smart throwing and catching. He's reading zone, settled in there nicely, gave himself and his quarterback a window to throw through to move the sticks.
Carroll leading College of Idaho 14-7.
Carroll have to play well to beat College of Idaho down there, but it's doable. It's doable, certainly. Carroll's playing good football, and they're a nightmare to try and score on right now.
First down and 10 here for the Bears. Man in motion. And the handoff to the tailback. Straight ahead, gets through the first guy, and he'll pick up 3 yards. As good dive straight up the gut that time by the Bears. Brings up 2nd down and 6 officially here for Rocky.
Yeah, McNeil's getting up there, really supporting this this running game from his boundary side safety position here. He does a nice job just getting downhill and getting into that line of scrimmage in that backfield early from about 10 yards deep.
So 2nd down and 6 here for the Battling Bears. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Near side man in motion. They'll give it to him on the end around, trying to find some daylight, and there is none to be had as Rodney Mike will get swallowed up. He's going to lose a yard, maybe 2, and bring up 3rd down here for the Bears.
Anthony Oakes, again, a young defensive front guy that's just continued to get better game in and game out here. Just did a nice job staying on his feet, sprinting down that line of scrimmage, waiting for that end around to try and cut back, and he swallowed it up.
3rd down and 8 here for the Battling Bears. Trips receivers left. Allen is 1 of 2 throwing the football thus far. He's going to air it up to his back, and he can't hold on to it. Had him wide open, and he certainly had a little running room on the sideline, but unable to hold on to it. That's going to bring up 4th down. And that will bring the punting unit in here for the Bears.
Had a good check down there if you're Rocky. That's Devin Highsmith just on the back swing. Good check down by his quarterback. Highsmith had a chance to catch that ball and get beyond the chains, right? But first and foremost, catch that ball. Highsmith just got into that first move a little too early.
So 4th down and 8 here for the Bears. And the punting unit is in, kicking into a pretty stiff wind from the southwest. Ton of air under it. Off the side of his foot, and it's going to bounce at the 39-yard line and go out of bounds at about the 38. So the Dig's going to get good field position here, as he didn't hit it real well, and then the wind grabbed it.
Going back to the success off their last scoring drive, a lot of Lander Smith in the running game, some early play-action pass to Logan Kennedy. On the wide delay and the backswing to Lander Smith. We'll see if Montana Tech doesn't come out here on 1st down. Good field position, and maybe try and sting him with something deep, maybe down the hash marks, or give Wyatt Alexander a shot on a go route.
We have a timeout on the field, so with it, we'll take one. Montana Tech leading 21-0 over the Battling Bears. We'll pay some bills. We're back here to Bob Green after this. Back once again here with Montana Tech football. Today's action brought to us by Intermountain Health. Windy conditions out of the southwest. Montana Tech 1st and 10 from their 36-yard line. 1 back. Tied in motion is Kennedy. Handoff going to go to Lander Smith. He has a little daylight, but boy, a tremendous tackle. Otherwise, Landers, or actually Renner, I should say, is off to the races. That's a great tackle.
Yeah, that's just getting into the feet, wrapping up. Landon Quesnell, 5'11", 180-pound freshman out of Liberty Lake, Washington. Stepping up there and making the sure-handed grab, because if he doesn't get Renner there, Renner runs for quite a while, I think.
2nd down and 8. And we're going to get a bunch of motion.
We'll see if they get Montana Tech with the reaction. Looked like they were playing a little game. Rocky doing a little twisting action. And we'll see if the nose tackle got across the line before the Tech offensive lineman moved here.
Our white hat, get us a call.
Defense, number 99. Our penalty.
So it was offsides on the defense, so that will give the Digs 5 yards.
That's experience there. Senior Max Anderson, he recognized that. And we've seen that a few times here today where Montana Tech could have reacted to maybe an encroachment or somebody moving across that defensive front, and Max Anderson was on the spot there.
2nd down and 3 after the penalty. Lander Smith in the backfield here for Thelen. Thelen is 11 of 14 for 202 yards and 2 touchdowns here today. 3-step drop, has time, goes right side, or left side, I should say, to Wyatt Alexander, and that will move the chains out to the Rocky 49-yard line.
We've seen Tech exploit that cushion a couple times, both to Alexander and earlier in the contest to Nick Michelotti. They're getting a bailout corner there to the wide side of the football field, and they're taking advantage of it. And it won't be too long before you will see a pump-and-go action there out of this offense.
Simpson and Eastern are scoreless right now. That one probably just getting underway. They're an hour behind us. 1st down and 10, handoff going to go to Landers. He'll try and stretch it right. Instead, turns it back upfield. Head down. He's down to the 42-yard line. There was nothing, and he picks up 8.
Who can I hit? Who can I hit?
Oh, Good job by pursuit that time by Rocky. They got to the edge and forced him to turn it up, and boy, he found himself a little lane.
Yeah, Deans does a nice job of getting up there and taking on Lander Smith. He's given up a few pounds. Dean's listed at 6'2", 180 out of Billings West, but he came up and put a pop on him anyway. He may have taken the brunt of the load there, but willing tackler.
Second down and 7 here or rather second and 3, I should say. Handoff play action. Thelen dropping way back. He's going to air it up and into coverage as flags come from anywhere as Logan Kennedy and the defender both go to the ground. Looks like Joseph Saunders, the DB, that time.
Yeah, they had a combination post and a corner underneath it that time with Kennedy on the corner. We've seen him hit that earlier in the game, the big catch by Logan Kennedy. They wanted it again, and Kennedy got tackled on his way to the flag route.
So that will move the chains here for the Digs.
You don't hear that very often anymore. That used to be a flag route back when I was a kid.
Okay. Montana Tech gets another TDS first down as they come up to the line of scrimmage. The Digs have run 33 offensive plays for 261 yards. First down and 10, Montana Tech to the sideline. As they come up, 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Dylan Snyder set up in the middle. Handoff going to go to Landers. He gets into the second level. Little shake and bake across the 20 down to the 15-yard line. That's going to be a run of 13 for Landers. Going to move the chains, and Montana Tech is into the Case IH red zone.
Pick your poison there if you're Rocky. You got Smith in the backfield and a Tech offense that likes to run the ball. But you don't get much more athletic with the 4 wides they had in there that time. Yeah. Dylan Snyder, Nick Michelotti, Levi Torgerson, and then the lone guy to the boundary side, Wyatt Alexander. I mean, what do you do defensively there? You're just trying to keep a lid on top of those guys, and you're going to sacrifice a body, and Tech takes advantage of it, just hands the ball to Lander Smith on the inside zone.
First down and 10, split backs here for the Digs. Man in motion is Michelotti. Handoff going to go to Landers. Lander Smith turns the corner here on the near side. He's across the 10, down near the 5. We'll see what this is. There is a flag on the other side of the field.
Those flags came really, really early, and it looks like it's against Montana Tech. It's going to be some kind of a false start or procedural type penalty, I believe.
Let's take a look at our replay here, provided by Jason.
Illegal formation.
And illegal formation going to be the call.
5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Those drive you nuts as a coach. I mean, we spent... back in the day, I mean, the first couple of days of offensive football, you were literally just lining up and getting in proper formations. And so anytime after that, you know, because players get really bored with it. You know, really, can we run a play? Can we do this? Can we throw the ball? Can we do anything? Just getting lined up. And then 5, 6, 7 games down the season line, you get illegal formation. Now they'll be doing this again on Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon.
1st and 15 here for the Digs after the penalty. Torgerson goes, actually Wyatt Alexander goes in motion behind. Going to throw it up deep to Torgerson. Levi goes up. Both feet are in. Touchdown, Montana Tech. What a throw to Levi Torgerson.
He ran into the fence down there after he came down. He's a little slow to get up.
Got shoved into the fence down in the corner. As Levi Torgerson pulls in the touchdown. Montana Tech leading 27-0. Levi...
Nice play action that time. They pump faked the swing route out of the backfield that time and froze that coverage. You know, they brought the corner to a standstill. Levi Torgerson ran right by him, wide open in the end zone.
So Montana Tech puts 6 on the board. 27-0 our score.
You expect a lot of things as a receiver or a back, you know, getting hurt in the football field and somebody putting a good lick on you, but you never expect to run into a fence post.
Yeah. A little slow on the sidelines here. He's with the training crew. And the kicking unit ready to put this one up. Montana Tech leading 27-0. They have scored on every possession thus far in the first half. Awaiting the snap. Snap and hold are good. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 28-0 our score. Montana Tech leading over the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College. A very quick first half thus far. 3:24 left to play. Montana Tech on that last drive, I should say. 5 plays, 63 yards. As Blake Thelen hit Levi Torgerson for 20 yards into the back of the end zone.
Yeah, that'll smart Levi Torgerson. They're tending to that lower back of his. It looked like he came down and slid into probably it's that chain link fence there, but probably hit a fence post. And he's a little ginger. I'd be real surprised to see him back in action here today, up 28-0.
Torgerson, 4 catches, 62 yards at a pair of scores. He has 1 run for 13 yards. And again, he's on the sidelines walking with Chris, the trainer. So the kicking unit ready to pound this one away from Montana Tech. The Digs up 28-0 here. Again, a very quick first half to this point. We're a little over an hour in, and we've almost got the first half in.
Yeah, it's gone pretty quick, pretty smooth.
Kicking unit is in here. End over end, and that one is hammered deep into the end zone. Rocky will keep it in the end zone. Montana Tech leading 28-0. The Digs have run 35 offensive plays for 293 yards. On the other side, Rocky, 14 offensive plays for 55 yards for the Battling Bears thus far.
I'm more impressed this week, of course, with the 97-0 blowout last week, offensively out of this Montana Tech than I was last week. I mean, they're executing pretty well. This is a team that doesn't have a lot of wins. They've been in a lot of games. They haven't had as much success stopping as a team as they have scoring on a team. But Tech's currently sitting on a shutout.
And Whitcomb is going to get the sack at the 15-yard line as he lays out J.T. Allen.
Allen never saw him coming.
No.
He came a little late and well-timed.
Take a look at this. So here comes Whitcomb off the edge. Nobody picks him up, and it is over. 10-yard sack for Whitcomb.
Smart play by Whitcomb there, too. He's got a blind side, right? He doesn't launch. He doesn't target. He just makes a good sound, hard tackle there in the backfield at risk of no kind of unnecessary roughness type penalty at all.
Yeah, 2nd down and 18 after the sack. As out of the shotgun, J.T. Allen, receiver in motion, bobbled. Allen's going to keep it himself. And he is going to lose a couple.
They brought him again there, too. And they did a ton of that last week. That must have been the scheme against Simpson. A lot of will or outside a dog or David action blitzing out of their outside linebackers. We saw a ton of it last week, and we've seen 2 in a row here on this series.
I like that timeout. Coach Sampson calls a timeout with 2:28 left to play. So what you're doing is playing long game here. Remember, we have a 2-minute timeout. So on 3rd down, if they're unable to convert, the 2-minute timeout will stop the clock for them again, as Rocky will be forced to punt if they don't get this made up on 3rd and 19.
Absolutely. Good clock management by this staff. Got people talking to them. There's a lot to think about there as an offensive coach and a head coach down there on the sideline. And you got people in your ear. You got those headphones on for a reason. People are talking and thinking stuff through all the time, even though I never did.
Thanks for the clarification.
I didn't want to make it a huge shout out to assistant coaching because some of us were pretty numb between the ears.
42-0. Western up all over Arizona Christian. Carrollton College of Idaho, you see, tied up 14-all. Also in the bottom left corner, you see the Amatag Club Banquet is coming up on November 15th at the Butte Depot. If you're want to become a member of Amatad, or you are a member of Amatad, make sure to get signed up for that bad boy. Handoff right up the middle. That's to the 20-yard line, a gain of 3. So again, the clock will run down to 2:20, or to 2 minutes, I should say.
Yeah, they'll take this to the 2-minute timeout, no question. You can't wait to get in that locker room to talk about a few things if you're Rocky. Tech stopped it again.
Timeout. Montana Tech.
Yep, so they did call a timeout.
Timeout of the half.
So good, again, I mean, it's certainly a great call there. You get it, you'll get the ball, you will get a timeout at the 2-minute timeout. So the Digs no longer have any timeouts. They're kicking, Rocky is kicking into a pretty significant win, so you should get good field position out of it.
Yeah, you're going to be looking at a couple things there here, too, though. Torgerson's banged up. I doubt he will be back to return the punt, so we'll see who they put back there, McNeil.
Galbraith started to go back.
Gotcha.
So we'll see if that is the case. But, yeah, Ian Galbraith, the young redshirt freshman out of Idaho Falls, and that is the case. So Galbraith will go back to return the kick.
Yeah, you're going to tell Galbraith here to get this punt fielded. That would be my number one concern. And I would move him up. If I was on that sideline, I'd bring him up at least 8 yards, bring him to the 45.
As the kick is away. Low line drive, bounces at the 44, jumps straight in the air, and gets knocked down at the 41. Rocky's saying that ball hit a Tech player.
Renner got awful close to it. I don't know if he hit it.
Hey, Jason, can we get a look at that replay by chance? See if we can get a look at this, if anyone was near that or not. Here's our replay. Thanks, man. So good snap and kick away. We're looking for contact here. Renner is the body there. So it jumps in the air. Boy, it looked like it did hit Renner's knee, didn't it?
Catch his tail leg there?
Yeah. It certainly looked that way. Is Rocky going to possibly go to the to the replay here?
Yeah, the on-field officials are talking it over, it looks to me, right now.
Coach Stutz is out. And with how close Stutz is talking to them, I would have to assume they are going to go to the tent and take a look at this. See what we hear.
Is challenging the last play that the defense touched the ball. Play is under further review.
So again, with the replay here in the Frontier Conference, they basically use the film. This is a good angle here. Let's see what Renner goes in the air. And that was hard to tell.
There, you can't tell.
Boy, it was strange from the side view. It looked a lot more it felt like it really hit him. And that one, it doesn't feel like it makes contact. A couple different views here by our great replay team. So you'll see Renner approach this football and go airborne. So maybe from it, because it feels like that angle it hits him, but I think it hits the Rocky guy. Does it hit his hand?
It looks like it might be hitting his leg, but at the same time, if you look at the Rocky defender's right hand, that might be his hand that hits this.
That's kind of what I'm wondering. So you see him turn here, and as he leaps this, it does not look like it touches Renner.
Yeah, I can't tell.
Again, hats off to Jason and our replay crew as getting a bunch of different angles at it. So the officials, what I was going to say is the officials don't have the replay that we do. We are beyond lucky with how good our replay is. The officials here in the Frontier Conference are basically using game film, what you would normally see in game film or on Huddle or anything else. You have a side, a side perspective. So there's a guy up here on our roof, and there is a guy up above the scoreboard. You have end zone and one up over the top, and those are the two angles they're able to look at.
That end zone angle might give you, if what you're looking for there, if you can see it cleanly, is a change of direction in the ball spin, and we'll see if they can't pick that up. Regardless, so you're not in that situation if you get up and get that field or that punt fielded. That's one of my pet peeves. You've heard me soapbox about it left and right. Get up there and field that punt.
All right, so the white hat coming out.
After further review, the previous play call stands. First down.
So the play call stands. And that's tough. I mean, even from we had really good replay. One angle, it looked like it hit him, but then the other angle, it looked like it wasn't anywhere near him. So, all right.
Curious to see how Tech comes out here. Torgerson banged up, so they got two tight ends in the game. They got Pierce here on the right side and Logan Kennedy to the left side. So they're bunched up. Almost looks like they want to run. And that'll tell me it's play action pass.
No timeouts, but we will have a 2-minute timeout here. So in motion is Wyatt Alexander. See if they take a deep shot at him. Handoff, play action. Going to step it up downfield through the hands of Michelotti. He would love to have that one back. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he's looking, not to make excuses, but he's looking right back into that sun as well. That's a tough ball to catch.
And we have a timeout on the field. 1:59 left to play here in the first half. Montana Tech leading 28-0. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a break. We're back here with Digger Vision right after this. Back here once again to Alumni Coliseum and Bob Green Field as the Digs look at it, second down and 10 after the incompletion. And we still are awaiting. There we go. We get the go ahead. So the white hat going to let us go here. Out of the shotgun, Thelen. He's 13-17 for 229 on the day.
Showing pressure here.
Logan Kennedy in motion. Rocky is a team that likes to blitz a lot. Hand off to Landers. Landers turns the corner. Great stiff arm out across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Clock running just shy of the first down marker. 1:48 left to play here in the first half.
3rd and 1, time-wise. You don't mess around here. I don't think you go to play action pass. They've got plenty of time. Probably a minute 30 at the snap of the ball here. You go get this first down and then reset.
Looks like Charlie Kurgan going to come in at fullback. 3rd down and 1. Kurgan lines up actually out at tight end left side. Now they'll shift. And again, go to tight here. Clock running. 1:20 left to play. Out of the shotgun, Thelen. He is going to hand it off, and Landers has some running room. He's across the 45, dives down to the 42. That's going to be a gain of 13 for Landers Smith.
I don't know if they're in position. You wouldn't spike this ball yet, would you? Probably not.
Yeah. Clock will stop until they get the chains set.
Not in a huge hurry here.
Yeah. Diggs, now the clock starts to run. First down and 10, Montana Tech at the 42-yard line of Rocky. Snap, Thelen dropping back, has time. He's going to air it up right side. Wyatt Alexander caught, touchdown Montana Tech.
Beautiful throw,
What
beautiful
a pass.
catch. Very similar to the one he laid in Alexander's lap down at Western, and Alexander wasn't about to drop this one, but he's pretty well covered. Alexander's pretty well covered there, but an absolutely perfect throw.
Look at this.
By his quarterback, full stride. Bingo.
Right on the spot. What a throw by Blake Thelen. They hit Wyatt with a deep ball. 56 seconds remaining here in this first half. And the Digs bring the kicking unit in here. They have scored on all 5 of their possessions in the first half, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. 56 seconds remaining here in the first half. All Montana Tech right now, they lead 35-0. For Rocky, they have run 17 offensive plays for 50 yards. Montana Tech has run 39 offensive plays for 352 yards.
You know, other than facing probably more 3rd downs than they want to, right, in a half of football, they've converted a lot of them, but they've faced quite a few of them too. This is as efficient as this offense has looked in a very long time.
They're 5 of 6 on 3rd downs, and we talked about it early. The first quarter especially, all of those were long 3rd downs. They were all 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12. They weren't exactly high percentage 3rd down numbers. So the Digs up 35-0 as we make our way through a Saturday, a gorgeous day here in the mining city. Again, our thanks to Intermountain Health in St. James for being our game day sponsor. The mobile mammography unit is here. The winds are continuing to kind of rip through the valley. They're kind of rolling again here.
Hopefully they're getting the rest of the leaves off the trees. Maybe one more trip around the old yard and we'll be done for the fall.
I was going to say, you're a lawn guy. That's got to drive you crazy. If there's leaves on your lawn, does that make you just...
Well, it does, but I really enjoy the process cleaning them up, too. I do. I enjoy... If you got the right tools, things are fun. You know, between a blower and a nice big sweep rake, it's a lot of fun.
I love you. We are so similar in so many ways, and there is nothing in the world I hate more than lawn care. Well, maybe there's a few things, but none that we can talk about on the air.
It's great alone time.
56 seconds, a good example there of the wind right now, as we will get a holder here. That's the first time this year. So a holder here on the kickoff. When's the last time you think most of the guys that are forced to hold, when the last time they actually had to hold a kickoff was?
Right. They got the right guy to do it. Jack of all trades, Justice Peterson.
There you go. That is a great way to look at Justice. He's the man. Great kid out of Dillon. Has been an absolute staple for Montana Tech in his years here. So let us get rolling here. Sorry, I'm trying to log back into my computer.
See what Rocky does here. 56 seconds left. They may take a couple swings at it here, see if they can't move the chains and get some kind of offensive momentum going.
Hand off to the tailback. Good read by Angel Sanchez here on the near side. Boy, Angel came up in press and was watching the quarterback the whole way. And the minute he handed that football off, he just dove at him. Great read by Angel.
He's a dog out there. He does a good job in his coverage assignments. But what's overlooked with him is how supportive he is against the running attack.
2nd down and 7. Hand off to the tailback again. Out to the 40 or 35-yard line, just shy of the first down marker. Clock running.
They're still going to be short here. It looks like 3rd and probably less than a yard.
And it looks like they are going to bring this one into the locker rooms. So Rocky not going to snap it again. So we have one half of football in the books. Montana Tech with the lead 35-0 over the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk about the numbers. We'll talk about St. James and Intermountain Healthcare. And we'll get you ready for the next 30 minutes of football, ladies and gentlemen. We're here on Digger Vision. We're back after this. So the Digs will kick off. Again, they started with the football as both sides of the field warming up, multiple quarterbacks. We'll see. Obviously, we've seen Cade Wyatt a lot here throughout the year for Montana Tech. We'll see if we do see him more in this second half.
Killian De Niro back for Rocky, along with James Mozon, the 3rd. We'll see if Montana Tech doesn't give them a chance to return a kick downwind. I would doubt it. Here comes Justice Peterson in for his holding duties.
There we go, Justice. And if there is any football program in state that teaches you how to hold a football properly on a tee, it's Thelen.
Yes. Thelen.
I don't think there is anything overlooked in the game of football that Thelen does not coach properly.
Thelen, Livingston, or anywhere on the high line.
The kick will go out of the back of the end zone, and the Bears will start at the 25-yard line. So what is Rocky comes out here for their first offensive possession in the second half? Is it the idea of let's move the chains a couple times? Right. See, that's those small victories kind of deal. Is that what you're working on now?
Well, yeah, and it's what have we? You're going in there and talking about what have we done well this year. Let's get back to that. Regardless, Montana Tech is a defense that is playing really good football, and they've improved week in and week out. They're not all going to go for home runs. And when I say home runs, 8, 10, 12, 15 yards, you're going to have some short gains, but you got to stick with what's helped you throughout the year.
Split backs, hand off to the tailback, spinning. Actually, no, quarterback keeps it himself, excuse me. He's across the 30, out to the 31-yard line as J.T. Allen with the keeper.
Yeah, we saw that early where Allen got out and got, more than 5 yards on first down. And it's so much easier to sequence plays and to get into your offense looking at 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3, 2nd and 2. And that's the situation you want to be in.
2nd and 3 here for the Bears. 3 receivers. Montana Tech brings 3 up to the defensive front. Nickel package is in. Allen dropping back, looking to throw. He'll swing it to his back out of the backfield, and he'll get chopped down at the 30.
Well, he's just playing good football.
Gonzer.
That's Gonzer up there. He doesn't miss in space. He's not a huge safety, but he arrives in bad humor. He's a great tackler and a hard hitter.
Ben Rooney was there for the catch. A loss of 1 brings up 3rd and 5. Great read by Gonzer and a tremendous fill. So 3rd and 5 up to the line of scrimmage. Showing press here on the near side. Sanchez steps up in the face of the receiver. 2 receivers right side, 1 back at home. Looking right the whole way to the back, actually tight end around the first guy and leaning, trying to get to the stick. He's going to go down just shy.
Big task that time. That's Jaden Downs out there getting into the leg of the big tight end.
Donovan Clinton.
Yeah, Donovan Clinton. And Clinton, to his credit, stayed on his feet and tried to drag Downs until Downs could get some support out there. But, great effort on both parts there. And it looks like Rocky is facing 4th down.
Injured player down for Tech.
But they shouldn't be. If that ball's touching the line there, that should be a first down. It looks like the nose of the football's reaching that 35-yard line.
So there you go. Then they do move them. Yeah, on the engineered field, it's not an issue. And it's DJ Brown who gets up for the Digs. With some help here from the trainers coming to the sideline.
Seems to be pretty comfortable walking at least, so that's good. It's a big human.
That he is. 1st down and 10 here for the Bears. I was going to make a joke that I could beat him in like an arm wrestling, but I don't want him to get word of it and then actually come into my office and make me do it.
I look at guys like that, and I see him underneath a squat bar with about 6 plates on each side.
Yeah, he is just a machine. One back, 3 receivers. Out of the shotgun. Back to throw, 4-man pressure. Coming near side, pass complete. Boy, that's a nice catch and heavy pressure as Montana Tech's Jaden Downs was all over the receiver that time. That's the running back once again making that snag.
To Rocky's credit, Montana Tech did bring a little pressure. They ran Whitcomb on a C-gap blitz that time. Rocky picked it up, and Allen had time to look downfield and come back to his curl route there at the hash mark. Good throw, good catch.
Ben Rooney with the reception, 2nd down and 1. Again, manageable 2nd down here for the Bears. Hand off to the tailback. Rooney trying to find space. He'll get forward progress to the 47.
Got what he needed. That's all you want.
That's
there.
it.
Just get what you need, move the sticks, and let's, just one of those things. What are we doing good so far? I wouldn't be surprised to see him go back to the RPO, not the RPO game, but the read zone game, and see a quarterback keeper here and see if they can't pick up positive yards again on 1st down.
1st and 10 here for the Bears as they approach Montana Tech's side of the field. Man in motion. Play action, wanting to throw, looking for the deep ball. JT Allen downfield, has a man, and that's going to be falling incomplete. Looking downfield that time for Killian Jr.
Yeah, Killian Jr., he made a bad play on that ball. He shallowed out that post route, and he should have stayed a little more vertical. He shallowed it out and went up high for the ball. Either mistimed his jump or just misplayed the ball. That ball goes over his head, and I think if he stays on his feet on a path to the end zone, he runs that ball down.
2nd down and 10 here for the Bears. They'll adjust. Into the backfield goes Rooney. 3 receivers on the right side. Montana Tech defensively brings 3 and check that 4. And quarterback going to run. Almost even kind of an option look, it looks like. And a big hit. Wyatt. And we get a flag down.
They're going to call some kind of a targeting here. The quarterback wasn't into a slide. And Wyatt led with his shoulder, I believe. He does not lead with his helmet here. Now, whether you say he launched with his shoulder at the helmet, that's, I don't know. That's an argument for a different day. I don't understand how they police this whole thing. But this is a legitimately good hit. And how Rocky is attacking there, they've taken a little pressure at Montana Tech. So they went to a dead T tight end. They're leaving him in pass pro and leaving the back to the other side. They're getting max pass pro and just leaving 3 guys in the route.
So they hit him with a personal foul.
I believe he leads with his shoulder. You can watch him right here.
Turns it up. So a 15-yard penalty. 1st down and 10 here for the Bears. Again, great job on our replay crew.
Yeah, that's just shoulder and forearm.
Yeah. 1st and 10 out of the shotgun. Allen brings man in motion. Getting the ball is Killian Jr. Killian trying to find a lane to turn it south, and he gets chopped down back at the 44.
That's Whitcomb again, making the play without making the play. He took on the lead blocker, kept his outside arm free, strung that thing out, waited for support. Montana Tech shut it down.
Jaden Downs comes flying through and just takes him out. That's a great play. Boy, Montana Tech swarmed to the football. There was nothing there. That's a loss of 6. 2nd and 16 here for the Bears. This has been a good drive so far for Rocky. The shotgun looking right. Pass goes up. And getting down under it is Killian Jr.
Good catch by Killian Jr. That ball comes up short. He lays down, gets both hands underneath it, right against the ground, and picks up, a chunk of that yardage to get 3rd and manageable here.
That'll bring up 3rd and 11. All the NFL, and they have an official that they go talk to elsewhere. T. Geegan is ours, and T. Geegan just chimed in and said it was fine. The call was not good. Thanks, Teak.
Yeah, and this is probably 4-down territory. If you get positive yards here on 3rd down, probably 4-down territory for this Rocky O.
One back at home, 4 receivers. 3rd and 11. 3-man pressure. Quick out right side. And wrestled to the ground at the 35-yard line as back out was Rooney.
Rocky's misaligned here. You saw Montana Tech get called for an illegal formation. Rocky's illegal here, too. They got 2 guys on the same plane to this trip side here. One of those guys automatically becomes an ineligible receiver, and they'll have to clean that up. Montana Tech, you'll hear those coaches and those players saying that from the sideline.
4th down and 8 here for the Bears. The offense stays out. Ball at the Montana Tech 35. They need to get to the 27. 10 minutes left to play in the third. The longest drive of the day so far for Rocky. Blitz coming. Crossing route. Almost picked off by Gonzer. Gonzer got a hand on it. Turnover on downs. Montana Tech will take over at their 35-yard line.
He would prefer the pick six here, but the play was made. He did a nice break on the ball. Got underneath that curl route there right at the sticks. Got that ball batted away.
1st and 10, Montana Tech, as the turnover on downs will go to the digs.
If he catches that, he's standing in the end zone.
Take a look at this. Again, our Case IH, our Case Construction instant replay. Oof, yeah. He actually got more of that ball than I thought he did initially.
I think he got both hands on it.
So 1st and 10 here for Montana Tech. Thelen still in at quarterback. Handoff going to go to Lander Smith.
Good to see Levi Torgerson back in the game after hitting that fence on the touchdown catch in the first half. Got a little treatment here on the sideline. I'm sure he got a little attention in the locker room. And he's back on the football field here, so that's good news for this Tech-O.
Montana Tech fast approaching 400 yards of offense here in the third quarter. 2nd down and 5. Rocky trying to get it just adjusted up front. And now Tech looks to the sideline for the play call. Lander Smith in the backfield.
Rocky showing a little more odd front here early. Now they're stemming to an even front.
2nd down and 5. Long snap count. Blitz is coming. Downfield, 1-on-1, looking for Michelotti. Michelotti, one-handed. Michelotti hauls it in and steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Great throw.
One-handed catch.
Another great throw, an absolutely outstanding catch by Michelotti. He's got a little bit of a hand battle going against the defender there, but his eyes are to that ball. His head's not moving at full speed.
Take a look at this. They bring an extra man, leaves the guy wide. Look at the hand battle with that left hand. And then goes up with the right hand. Boom. What a catch.
You think he's caught a few footballs in his life?
Come on. So good. Should be a great angle on it as well.
And Rocky's pretty good in coverage there.
Yeah,
I looked to the wide side of the field. Good coverage there. And
there's nothing wrong with that coverage at all.
No.
I mean, you couldn't get much better than that.
Just an absolute pill. A perfect pass by Blake Thelen.
Jason, again, thank you. That is fantastic. Our replay crew all over it. We've got a timeout on the field, it looks like, so we'll take one, ladies and gentlemen. Montana Tech is up 35-0 over Rocky Mountain College here on Digger Vision, made possible by Intermountain Health here today. We're back after this. Back here after our media timeout, we're on Digger Vision. As Montana Tech, 401 yards of offense so far with 9 minutes left to play here in the third. As they lead 35-0, and they're down inside the Case IH red zone at the 16-yard line of Rocky.
I'd anticipate you're going to get a lot of this running game going here. You got Charlie Kurgan in, the fullback / H-back, and a couple tight ends.
Handoff, going to play action, looking for the deep shot right side, trying to get it to Lander Smith into double coverage. That's going to fall incomplete.
Trying to get Kurgan out there on a little
there we
route.
go. Sorry, Charlie. 2nd down and 10 from the 12.
What have we come to? I hope Vincent's listening. Who runs a go route to a fullback?
Oh. 2nd down and 10 here.
Now, you'll say that wasn't a go route, but for a fullback it was. You got to go from the backfield, right?
Lander Smith, the back. You just keep going. It's all good.
I'm going to get pasted by a couple fullbacks next time I see them.
They'll run counter back to the left side. Lander Smith has a little daylight. Great block out in front. Landers across the 10, pushes the pile down to the 7. He's going to be just shy of the first down marker.
That's good.
Great
patient
counter.
Yeah, it was good patient running by Landers, too. He could see blocks developing in front of him and gaps to hit. And, dare I say, he got skinny a couple times on a couple of those small little hesitant cuts. But,
he gets out here on the edge. Just following that.
That's how Landers get skinny.
He does a better job of it than you or I do. 3rd and 2. They'll adjust. Lander Smith in the backfield. Heavy formation up front once again. Rocky has 9 guys in the box. Hand off to Landers, gets through the first level. He's across the 5, and a flag down. Flag down behind the action here.
I'm guessing a hold. No doubt.
Holding. Offense. Number 65. 10-yard penalty.
Tech's
Replay,
4th
third
penalty
down.
of the day. You know, really, we haven't had too many penalties, to be honest. 3 on each side so far in this football game. Make that 4 on Tech.
See what Tech can safely run here. You don't want to, in a 35-0 game, you don't want to necessarily expose your quarterback, so I doubt you're going to roll him out. They've had what they wanted crossing the field. They've taken some go shots, no doubt about that. That's always an option. But we'll see if they don't get Logan Kennedy or somebody working in between the hash marks here for a first down.
3rd and 12 after the penalty. Blake Thelen is 15-20 for 315 yards and 4 touchdowns. Man in motion. Looking left, now across the middle. Pass completes down to the 10-yard line. Gets some of it back.
That's Kennedy, just on a little choice route right over the top. Getting a piece of it back. We'll see if they run on the PAT field goal team here or go for it.
That's the 4th catch of the day by Logan, and it looks like the kicking unit will come in here. As the ball at the 11-yard line. So you'd have to assume about a 28-yard attempt here.
You got a whole bunch of offensive players there wanting to go for it on 4th down, and maybe even a couple coaches. But this is the good move. If nothing else, you work on PAT field goal, just another shot at 3 points for your kicker. Build confidence in a freshman kicker in Dylan Root.
So Root for the PAT. They'll put it down to the 19-yard line. A 29-yard attempt. Snap and hold are good. Root approaches and blasts it through. 38-0. Montana Tech up over the Bears, and we have Lennon down.
Late flag. This is going to be after the play, I believe.
Let's see what we get here from our white hat. The officials chatting.
It'll be interesting to see if this is, so if this is during the play, Montana Tech will get an automatic first down. This is a personal foul of some sort. Or it could be after the play, right? Yeah. And then that's not an option.
That's kind of feels like what it comes down to. Here's our white hat.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense, number 30.
So it'll be on the kick.
That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Okay.
That'll be the first unsportsmanlike conduct toward number 34's disqualification.
6:38 left to play here in this 3rd quarter. Montana Tech leading 38-0. We have a timeout on the field, so ladies and gentlemen, we'll take one as well. We're back here on Digger Vision after this. Hey, we're back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech. Today, we would like to expend a special thank you to St. James Intermountain Health for bringing their mobile mammography unit to today's game. It's located in the north end zone. You see it there on your screen. Since its launch in the spring of 2023, the mobile unit has made a tremendous impact, with St. James seeing an increase of 624 screening mammograms, last year, a 25.4% growth from 2022, covering a 150 to 200 mile radius. This unit serves Butte and surrounding communities, offering essential breast health screenings in areas where access has been limited. We're grateful to St. James Intermountain Health for their commitment to our community and to making life-saving screenings accessible to all. So the unit is here. Certainly good to see that. And we are ready to kick off here after Montana Tech. They'll kick from the 50. And this one through the uprights. Oh, nope, went wide right.
Wide right.
Wide right. That's unfortunate. You should get points for if you get it through the uprights on a kickoff, shouldn't you?
Well,
even if it's one.
Yeah, they're doing it more and more in big-time football now.
Yeah.
It's almost getting scary how routine 50-plus yard field goals have become.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 here for the Bears. Their last offensive series, I'm not going to say doubled, but it was close. They put up about 40 yards of offense. They have run 30 offensive plays for 88 yards right now. Jay Allen, a quarterback, is 6 of 10 for 33. Adams has 9 carries for 34 yards. And we're going to get a carry on the ground And that looks like Rooney. He's across the 30 out to the 32-yard line, a pickup of 7.
Yeah, let's just play side inside zone. Good job. They blocked it well, just helmet on helmet. And Rocky picked up 7 yards. I mean, it's just what you have to do. You want to eat up clock. I think it's pretty evident you're not going to win this game. You want to win series and you want to win quarters if you can.
2nd down and 4. Tight end left, 3 receivers. Montana Tech showing blitz. They'll bring it here from the near side. Up the gap. Across the 35, first down yardage to the 37. Rooney running hard here for the Bears.
They're doing a pretty good job up front, moving that Tech defensive front a little bit and getting the tailback a little daylight to run to.
Change of personnel here for the Digs.
And you'll see Montana Tech. They'll start to stunt into this stuff a little bit. We saw it in the first half. They started bringing Wyant a little more on the other inside when Whitcomb was in there. They started running him up there and taking some gap chances.
First down and 10. JT Allen still at quarterback. Trips receivers to the right. Allen looking to his right. In the pocket, now flushed out. Allen moving right. Looking downfield, and that one's going to be underthrown incomplete.
Good job staying in coverage there to that wide side. That's Whitcomb out there, stayed on top of his receiver, but just never gave him any daylight for Allen to look at number 4 that time, Jack Waddell.
2nd down and 10 here for the Bears. Allen 6 of 11 here today, throwing the football for 33 yards. He'll have 1 back at home. Trips receivers left, 1 here to the near side.
3-man front. You look for a stunt, maybe 1 inside backer here with Oakes and the crew. Prince rushing the passer.
Hand off, nope, quarterback keep. He's going to turn it upfield. He gets hit hard at the 44-yard line.
Boy, he doesn't look like much of a target when he's running with the football, but he's been absolutely belted the last 2 times he's run with it. He got hit hard there as well.
3rd down and 3, actually 2 for the Bears. Ball right at the 45-yard line on their side of the 50. They have been across the 50 once so far today.
Both insides walked up here in the B gaps.
3rd and 2. And it looks like Rocky's going to call a timeout. Coach Stutz did not like it, so he rushes out and calls a timeout.
Rocky.
4:45 left to play here in this 3rd quarter. And Rocky will call a timeout. Again, winds continuing to get after it here. Kind of shifted a little bit more out of the west, but pretty windy conditions here in the mining city today, but otherwise a gorgeous day in Butte, Montana.
Yeah, you can't complain this time of year. The 1 year ago today, flashbacks from today, I think there was about a foot of snow on the ground.
Yeah, I would have to assume. That's a pretty safe bet usually. Montana Tech on the road, down to Arizona next week. As you see, Arizona Christian not having a great day. Western all over them there. Carroll grabs the lead over College of Idaho again.
Boy, that's got to be a heck of a football game, 35-27.
If you see that, that's if you'd like to register for the pregame social. Thank you, Barrett. If you're heading down to Arizona, if you scan that code, you can get registered for the pregame social.
If those are all offensive scores from Carroll, that'll tell me something. You know, College of Idaho is a legitimate defensive football team, and Carroll struggled to move the football and score this year, even though they're undefeated in conference. It's been the defense largely that's been winning football games for them.
3rd down and 2. Out of the shotgun, JT Allen. Fake the handoff, keeps it himself, and he's not going to he gets back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Good job of staying at home that time by Anthony Oakes here at the near side defensive end. He smelled quarterback the whole time and got down the line of scrimmage. Didn't get too far upfield, got down the line of scrimmage and wrapped that quarterback up short of the mark.
So it looks like the punting unit will come in. So Montana Tech will bring the punt crew out. Levi Torgerson is back to field the punt. He has 2 kickoffs returned for touchdowns this year, but no punts.
The day's still young.
Yeah, just putting that out there. Again, thanks for joining us here on Digger Vision, brought to us by Intermountain Health.
He just wants an opportunity. You'll see he's 10 yards closer.
They've run the fake, and they're going to get first down yardage. They snap it to the up back, and he'll dive across the 50 to the Montana Tech 49-yard line.
That's a good design fake, for that situation. They saw something on tape out of this special teams, this Tech punt return team, and exploited it there for the first down.
So that will be a fresh set of downs here for the Battling Bears. They're across the 50 at the Montana Tech 49-yard line. And the offense back out. Allen at quarterback. His tailback is Rooney. 2 receivers on each side of the formation. Montana Tech brings 4 up to the defensive front. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Allen looking right the whole way. Pass through the hands of his intended target. Trying to dive out for it was Waddell. And he really had to lay himself out to try and get hands on it, but still overthrown, incomplete.
Good job defending that flat out there by Whitcomb. He made it tough. He made it tough. He made that ball to be absolutely perfectly thrown to get completed in front of him.
So 2nd down and 10 here for the Bears. 3 receivers, tight end lefts. Tech brings 4 to the defensive front. Long snap count here for Allen. Looking left the whole way. 1-on-1 down the side. That's up and overthrown, incomplete. Good coverage that time by Angel Sanchez as he was step for step with Joseph Dwyer.
A little bit of arm or contact, but no complaining out of either party that time. Their arms bumped a little bit down the sideline. Ultimately, the ball went wide of the mark. Brings up 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10 here for the Bears. Rocky across the 50 for the 2nd time here today.
Angel Sanchez, now that's a good football player. He's just, I talk about it all the time. He's just always in really good position.
Out of the shotgun, Allen. Pocket starts to collapse. Pump fake once. Throws it up. That one is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage in the secondary that time. As getting up and knocking that one away for Montana Tech. That's a big-time play in the secondary by Jaden Downs.
Yeah, good job of staying in coverage. He had to cover for a few seconds there and just didn't lose his man and got up underneath that ball. Just didn't allow it to get to that receiver.
Geez, the jump throw felt like I was watching Florida going back a little over a decade. Punting unit is in. And now we'll see if they actually punt this one away.
Or Red Grange and Y.A. Tittle and the crew.
Back when you were a kid?
Back when I was a teenager.
In high school. Punt is away. Loose spiral. It's going to bounce at the 8 and goes sideways inside the 5 and out of bounds at the 6.
That was a really, really nice well-executed punt.
Yeah, that's a tremendous punt. So Montana Tech's offense back to the 6.
45 yards, no return into that wind. Really, really well executed.
2:52 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Looks like we have a timeout on the field. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take one. We're here on Digger Vision. Montana Tech football brought to us by Intermountain Health. We're back here to Alumni right after this. Hey, welcome back here once again to Bob Green Field at Alumni Coliseum or Digger football on a Saturday afternoon. Paul Panisco, Ron Haskett here as the Digger offense will take over back on their 6-yard line.
We'll see how well this Tech offense responds to that fake punt down 38-0. See if they don't maybe try and sting them for a big one here.
2 backs, handoff going to go to Landers. Landers Smith through the first level out to the 14-yard line. Yeah, it's exactly what you called.
Well, you never know. You know, there's a lot of unspoken strategy and calls that are in response to other calls, you know, amongst programs and staffs.
2nd and 3, Lander Smith with the carry again. Bounces off 1, pushes the pile out to the 15, and he is going to be very near first down yardage, it looks like. They're going to mark him out to the 17. Again, that second effort by Landers.
How close to 100 yards is he on the day?
Well, let's see. That with that run, that will put him at about 85. 18 carries, 84 yards officially.
They run him off and run Renner into the backfield with the 4 quicks. Or excuse me, 3 quicks, and Logan Kennedy's plenty quick too.
First down and 10. I thought you were just going to leave it in Logan Kennedy. In motion is Kennedy. Across the formation to the right side. Thelen. They're going to run the pass out here on the near side. Good footwork that time by Snyder. He's out to the 24-yard line. So Snyder gets his first catch of the day. That's going to be a gain of 6. Montana Tech 440 yards of offense so far with 120 left to play here in the 3rd quarter.
It still cracks me up that Dylan Snyder played defensive end in AA football.
Yeah.
Along with receiver on offense. He was a great pass rusher.
I was going to say the only thing worse than that is I thought he should be playing at the next level at defensive end. 2nd and 3. Montana Tech up to the line of scrimmage. Look to the sideline. Lander Smith back in at tailback. Thelen, play clock down to 3. Hands off to Landers. Landers out to the 25. Not much there. Good job by the defensive front as they collapse on Landers after he gains a yard, maybe 2, as with the carry, Dakota Sage.
Yeah, and once again, that's Blake Thelen in there running the read zone. You're rarely, and I mean rarely, going to see him keep it there. You know that defensively, so it's going to be a nightmare for that tailback. You know, the other run option off that just really doesn't exist here with Thelen in the backfield.
3rd down and 2 here for the Digs.
I'm baiting him to pull it and run it and shut me up.
1 back. Boy, Rocky showing blitz hard from that top side. Play action. Thelen moves it across to Charlie Kurgan. Kurgan with the catch across the 30 to the 32.
It wasn't a thing of beauty, but Thelen got the
effective
push pass executed out to Kurgan in the flat, and he juggled it a couple times before securing it and moving the sticks.
So as we take a look at the replay here as the 3rd quarter comes to an end, Charlie Kurgan bobbles it, pulls it in, moves the chains for the Digs. Their 23rd first down here today. There's 15 minutes left in regulation. Montana Tech leading 38-0. We'll come back with the 4th quarter, ladies and gentlemen, after this. Back here once again at the campus of Montana Tech, we're on Digger Vision. The Ore Diggers are shutting out the Battling Bears 38-0. Montana Tech has outscored their opponents here over the last 7 quarters 135-0. As we enter the 4th quarter with Rocky with a goose egg.
Good point.
I was going to look. The last time Montana Tech shut out 2 opponents in 1 year was 2004. I'm going to see if I can find out the last time they shut them out back-to-back. 1st down and 10. Man in motion to the right side of the formation. Montana Tech's offense is out.
That's Caden Zalewski in the game. He got a little action in the first half as well.
Cade Wyant at quarterback. Wyant going to escape. We have a flag down. Good stiff arm across the 40, 45, and out of bounds.
You know, hold in that pass protection there, trying to free up Wyant.
Zalewski, part of that fantastic crew down to Florence. That I think they won every game he was in high school, for goodness sake.
Still 1st down.
So the holding penalty will bring him back to the 31-yard line. No, actually, they're going to say right at the line. Or they're waiting to march it off. I thought the official was marking it. No, he hadn't started walking yet. So we need the yodeler music as we go back 10 yards.
4th quarter duty at quarterback now. Wyant in the game. 1st and 20. We'll see what Montana Tech maybe does a little differently here with Wyant being more of a running threat.
Renner in the backfield, 1 receiver on each side. Logan Kennedy on the bottom will go in motion. He's had a good day for the Digs. Renner will get the carry. He'll stretch it right, turns it upfield. Not much daylight there. He'll pick up 3, almost 4 yards.
Renner might have been surprised he got the ball there. You know, Wyant likes to keep it on that zone read. There's no question. He loves to pack that rock, and he gave it on the stretch play to the wide side, and Renner's able to pick up a small chunk.
Clock running here in the 4th quarter. 2nd down and long here for the Digs. Cade Wyant running the offense right now. 3 receivers, 1 back. Rocky brings 5 up to the defensive front. Play action, looking to throw. Cade Throws it downfield, has a man just overthrown. He got hammered as he let go of it.
Yeah, he got hit as he was throwing it, and then right as he let go of it.
Has heavy pressure that time by Cade Reynolds, the linebacker came by way of South Dakota State. So 3rd and long here for the Digs.
Bad time to go back to that. Either a back flare or some kind of back swing, or pump that and hit that wide delay that they ran early in the game to Logan Kennedy. We haven't seen him try it again. It may have been long enough to where Rocky might largely ignore the tight end on the delay.
Wyatt Alexander split wide left. Zalewski and Michelotti to the right side. One back at home. Wyatt has time. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Eyes it up. He's going to air it up downfield off the fingertips of Zalewski, and he was across the line of scrimmage. He threw it as he was across the line of scrimmage. Let's see how far he was. Gentlemen, do we have a replay from up top, especially if we can see how far across the line of scrimmage he was? Here, let's take a look at it. Thanks, Jason. So you'll see 26. The line of scrimmage is, the 26, as he turns the corner across the 20, 25, and he throws it from the 27. Again, great job, Jason, and our crew on replay.
What a cheater.
Kevin. So that will bring up 4th down. And the punting unit is in here for the Digs.
Who's punting for the Diggers now? We haven't seen him in a while.
We haven't seen one in a while. We only have a first-team All-American back there, but we haven't seen him. So 4th down as Montana Tech getting ready to punt this one away. Andrew Olmos back at the 12. Tight spiral into the wind, bounces at the 40, takes an Ordiger bounce inside the 35, down to the 32-yard line.
Good execution there as well. 45-plus yards, no return.
So the first punt of the day by Andrew Olmos. Some words being exchanged, and we'll take a break. 13:31 left to play here in this football game. Montana Tech leading 38-0 over the Battling Bears. With the timeout on the field, we'll take one. We're back here on Digger Vision with Intermountain Health after this. Back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech or Digger football as we're in the 4th quarter. Rocky Mountain College, the offense will come back out. The Montana Tech pep band is here. What did you play in the band?
You know, we had every opportunity, but I was never in the band.
1st down and 10, hand off to the tailback.
I was a vocalist.
Oh, football's out. And it looks like Rocky got on that at the 33-yard line. Boy, that football came shooting out of the pile. Let's take a look at the replay here. As the handoff to the tailback.
Must have been like some hard stripping there as they were getting the runner to the ground. He's down right there. I think his knee bounced.
Okay. Yeah, that ball comes flying out of there. 2nd down and 9 here for the Bears. 3 receivers on the left side. Blitz coming. Nice job by the offensive front. Pass a little underthrown, and they're going to say incomplete.
Quarterback's Tillotson now, huh?
Okay.
Lefty.
There you go. So Tillotson is in, a redshirt freshman out of Florida. Bronson Tillotson. So this is the 4th quarterback Rocky has used this season so far. Because coming into this one, they had Graydon Buell, Luke Holcomb, and J.T. Allen had all taken snaps. And now Bronson Tillotson at quarterback, a redshirt freshman. 3rd down and 9. Tillotson swings it out, pass complete. Dragging a defender, 1st down yardage as he gets it out on that far side to Rooney. Yeah. So Rooney will move the chains here for the Bears.
He gets it out to Garrett Scholey.
Oh, thank you. It was Scholey.
Out of Huntley, Montana.
So a fresh set of downs here for Rocky. Quickly to the line of scrimmage, Tillotson. New quarterback in here in the 4th quarter. 2 receivers on each side. Tech brings forward to the defensive front. Tillotson stands in the pocket. Now he tries to escape. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard.
Wickham ran off the field there. He's tending to something on the sideline, a little banged up. He wasn't about to lay down in the middle of the field. He ran himself off to the sideline. Now he's crawling around. I don't know what we had going on here.
2nd down and 9. Trips receivers right here. Good pressure in the backfield and nothing happening. That's a great tackle at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Kellen Beller getting in there. Nice read, getting down the line of scrimmage, wrapping up that running back.
Boy, Beller's having a nice season here for the Digs. Redshirt freshman out of Stevensville. He came in and made his presence felt immediately.
His brother was the DJ at my niece's wedding a couple of years ago.
I thought you were just going to leave it at your wedding.
No, not at my wedding.
So he's a big fan of Cotton Eye Joe then, is he?
I hope so.
3rd down and 9. 3-man pressure coming. Tillotson in the pocket, across the middle, passes bobbled and dropped. They had him. They had first down yardage. As they were looking for Dwyer that time, just unable to make the catch. That'll bring up 4th down here for the Bears.
Yeah, I mean, it's a catch Dwyer should have made, but that's a tough ball to handle. That Tillotson's pass comes out nose down and hard. Those are kind of tough. When they're low, those are tough balls to handle. And, yeah, he'll tell you he should have caught that ball, but it's still a tough catch to make.
And isn't there a lot to be said where this is the 4th quarterback Rocky has used in a game? There's got to be a lot to be said there as far as the difference in quarterbacks, doesn't it?
I brought this up when I coached, and most people that catch balls agree with me. It is different catching a left-hander's ball than a right-hander's ball. It just is. Yeah. And some people will say you're full of it, and I don't think so.
I mean, it's granted, southpaws are superior. Kick is away, drifting right with the wind, out of bounds near the 20.
Except for a golf.
I was going to say, I couldn't believe you were going to let that go.
They're always great pool shooters.
Okay. I don't drink enough for that. So the Digs offense will get rolling again. Montana Tech, 52 offensive plays, 446 yards. And it looks as though we have a timeout on the field. 10:59 left to play here in this ball game. The Digs up 38-0. They have outscored their opponents here over the last 7 quarters, 135-0. We'll see if they can continue to pitch the shutout here, ladies and gentlemen. We're back after this.
I forgot about it until the second half. I go, oh shit, Paul Ryan's here, so I can drink a nice warm course.
Hey, we're back here once again at the campus of Montana Tech.
Got Wyant in again at quarterback this series.
So Wyant up to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Wyant going to hand it off to his tailback, a nice gap out to the 25-yard line.
Looks like that's Vetter in the game at tailback.
That would be my guess, and that is the case. So Vetter with the carry, his 2nd of the day, and that's going to get him 6. 10:43 left to play here. Boy, look at those scores. Big one by Carroll College down to the College of Idaho. And actually, another great one there as you look on the screen, the 14th Annual Miners Banquet coming up at the Butte Depot November 8th. As the mining team heading off to England this year. Vetter's going to bust one across the 35 out to the 37.
It's a good piece of running in there. It didn't look like much inside there. Vetter made a couple subtle cuts right at the line of scrimmage and able to expose that defense and get out and move the sticks.
Case Construction instant replay. Boy, Vetter gets into that 2nd level. And that moves the chains here for the Digs out to the 38-yard line. Montana Tech fast approaching 500 yards of offense. One back, heavy formation, left man in motion. Zalewski goes wide right. Handoff to Vetter to the weak side. A little stiff arm trying to go. And grabbing him and hauling him down that time is going to be Barnett. Kayshawn Barnett, a senior out of Phoenix.
A good piece of tackling by Barnett. Met him up high and didn't give an inch.
2nd and 7 here for the Digs. Again, remember Montana Tech on the road at Arizona next week. They'll take on Arizona Christian for the first time down to Glendale. There is a significant gathering going on before that. If you haven't heard from the Alumni Association and Sean Ryan, get a hold of him.
They've given it to Vetter plenty here. Quarterback's an option here.
2nd and 7. Pressure coming. Vetter. No, boy, not much there. Was unable to get daylight. Rocky brought a ton that time and were able to hold him to a 1-yard gain. Brings up 3rd and 6 here for the Ordiger offense.
Zalewski's walking around out there like, hey, I'm getting my minutes here. Let's throw the ball.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I called both of Zalewski's state championships down to Florence. I think one of them was against Big Fork, if I remember right. Gosh, I can't remember what the second one was. Sorry.
Maybe Huntley, Columbus.
I believe so. I don't remember. 3rd and 6.
Red Lodge.
Handoff going to come here on the near side. Turning it upfield is Renner. Renner's across the 50. First down yardage, Montana Tech, as Renner down to the 49-yard line of Rocky.
Good job getting that edge out here. Tight end Pierce securing that stretch play, giving Renner a little daylight here outside the numbers.
Montana Tech has rushed for nearly 150 yards today. The bulk of their damage has been through the air, as Thelen threw for 336. So Wyatt and the offense looks to the sideline. Discusses with his tailback, stays in the pistol. One receiver wide right. Rocky, 4 on the defensive front. Handoff going to go to the tailback. Renner finds a little daylight. Renner switches hands. Oh, actually, no, quarterback keeper the whole way. My goodness, Wyatt. As I was going with Renner the whole way. And Wyatt,
he just
backs it down inside the 20.
He followed him right into the hole. This inside zone.
Here you go. Take a look at the replay.
Yeah, the read zone. He followed him right through it.
That's a tremendous out in front. So Wyatt with the run. Great run by that senior out of California. And he brings us inside the 20 down to the Case IH red zone. Montana Tech knocking on the door in the red zone again. Handoff going to go to the tailback. And Renner, not much there. A gain of 2, nearly 3.
Better back in there.
Okay, thank you.
It's kind of unfair how they treat us up here. You get all Blander Smith, game in, game out, series in, series out. Then they alternate Renner and Vetter.
Yeah, take it easy on the old guys up here. 6:20 left to play here in the football game. The Digs milking the clock here. Vetter in the backfield. Heavy formation left. Pulls it out. Wyatt going to throw. Downfield behind his man, incomplete. So that will stop the clock on the incompletion. Bring up 3rd down and 8 here for the Digger offense.
Just a little play action rollout, trying to get Dylan Snyder on the backside drag. And he was well covered. That would have been a tough completion for Wyatt. He just tried to throw it low where Snyder could go out and just ended up a little behind Dylan Snyder crossing the field. But Snyder was well covered.
So 3rd down and 8 here for the Ore Diggers. Significant change here offensively. Worley will step up in the slot here on the near side.
Carson Anderson in as well.
4 receivers, 1 back. 3rd down and 8 for Wyatt. Pressure coming. Wyatt slings it right side, bobbled and dropped.
That is trying to get into that move before the ball arrives right there. Snyder would like that one back. Probably going to see him run on Dylan Root here for a field goal attempt.
So the drop on 3rd down brings up 4th down and 8. The line of scrimmage is the 18-yard line. You'd have to assume, there we go, they'll put it down at the 24. So a 34-yard attempt by Roots. Wind coming right to left. As we await the snap, Root has 1 field goal here today. Snap and hold are good. The kick is up, plenty of leg, and the kick is no good. Wind pushed it left. So with 6 minutes left to play here in the ball game, Rocky Mountain College will get the football back.
A lot better series, though. That series before that was a little clunky, penalty-ridden, not real good execution. And you could see they had maybe a little discussion on the sideline about 2s and 3s going in there. Let's execute. Let's maintain the drive. Let's eat some clock. A lot of that goal was accomplished on that series.
Montana Tech has run 61 offensive plays for 509 yards. Rocky on the other side, 45 offensive plays for 127. 1st and 10. Look, do we have a different quarterback again? Nope, we do not. So we still have our freshman in, diving out to the 25-yard line with the carry, a gain of 5. So Tillotson still at quarterback. And jumping up off the ground is Sholey at running back.
Sholey's nice looking back.
That he is. 2nd and 5 here for the Batlin Bears. 3 receivers left. Tech, four-man front. They're going to bring extra pressure. Tillotson fires it up. Pass caught across the 30, 35, out to the 38-yard line. Nice job going back for that catch that time by Waddell.
Really nice job. He's pretty well covered there. Not only does he catch the ball and get hit a little bit, stays on his feet, reverses his field a little bit, and gets up and moves the sticks.
First down and 10 here for Rocky. Ball at their 38-yard line. A little over 5 minutes left to play. Tillotson looking left, checks it off, goes across the middle. Pass intercepted at the 48-yard line. Montana Tech with the interception, and coming down with it is J.R. Seawald.
Nice play. That's how you drop at middle linebacker. Drop into that middle between the hash marks. Read the quarterback's eyes. Quarterback couldn't pick him up. Went up high and snagged that thing out of the air. Nice play defensively.
There you go.
By J.R.
Take a look at this. Dropping back. Tillotson has time. Rifles it across the middle. And J.R. goes up big and pulls that thing down. First and 10, Montana Tech. They'll do their best to put this one away.
Looking for some hardware to wrap around JR's head here.
I don't know what bag it's in.
Has it really been that long?
So Cade Wyatt brings them out at quarterback. Montana Tech looking to pitch back-to-back shutouts. Heavy formation, Wyatt in the backfield. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off to Vetter. Vetter trying to turn the corner here on the near side. Head down, picks up 2. Big collision. Actually, not Vetter that time. With the carry is Ho. Kaika Ho will get the carry. That's unfortunate there because his only carry collegiate was 52 yards for a score last week. And
I was going to say.
Now he only has 2 carries and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, he popped up like, shouldn't I be in the end zone right now?
So Kaika Ho, a redshirt freshman out of Columbia, Idaho. I mean, we talked about it last week. He's a guy, this running back room they're excited about, but Ho is a guy that they're really looking forward to watching him get better. 2nd and 8. Ho in the backfield. Wyatt the quarterback. Ho will get the carry again. Good footwork. Positive yards down near the 40. That's going to be a gain of 5.
Nice little subtle cut there in the backfield. Free up a little space and get up there close to the first down mark.
I like this little subtle shift as he hits this first hole. Nice job by that young man. So 3rd down and 3 here for the Orediggers. Clock running, 3:40 left to play. Montana Tech would love to move the chains here. Burn clock.
Yeah, you want to finish this game with that offense on the field, no doubt. Worley in here is the lone receiver to the boundary side.
And quarterback going to keep it. Cross the 40, down near the 35. Still on his feet is Wyatt to the 30-yard line. He needed 3, and he gets about 12.
I got a fumble,
Football comes out.
Nope. They had him down.
Yep, they're going to say down here. So let's take a look at this here as Cade Wyatt keeps it himself, clears the edge. Good block out in front, decides to step inside. Down to the 35, and he goes down at the 30 as that ball comes out. So a fresh set of downs here for the Digs. And they will burn as much clock as possible. So again, the last time Montana Tech shut out 2 opponents in the same year was 2004. And I'm trying to go back through my numbers to see if we had one back-to-back. Wyatt, handoff, and not much there.
Almost took the handoff in there. Colton Lyda for Rocky coming down off the top side. Just no room for the running back there whatsoever.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Clock running. 2:04 left to play here. And it looks like we are going to get a timeout. So we get our 2-minute timeout, rather. Montana Tech up 38-0.
That's a 2-minute
Sorry, I'm still
timeout.
looking here. I'm back to 1985.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking to see the last time or if Montana Tech has ever had back-to-back shutouts.
Don't look to see if Montana Tech was ever back-to-back shut out.
That has happened.
I might have been on one of those teams.
Again, Montana Tech is on the road next week as they are at Arizona Christian. Arizona Christian got beat up pretty hard by Montana Western earlier today. That one is done. The last time Montana Tech had 2 shutouts in the same year was 2004. And I'm looking through my records here to see if I can see if they have back-to-back shutouts that they have won. And I'm back to 1971. They had 3 shutouts in 1971, but none of them were back-to-back. As I continue to dig through my records here.
Did you do all this?
Uh-huh.
That's first-class nerdum.
Oh, I am a horrible
Holy
nerd.
Smokes. That's a lot of work.
So as I continue to go here, Montana Tech's offense up after the 2-minute timeout.
Well, at least it wasn't 85 and 86.
First class nerdum. Hey, that's one of the nicest things you've ever said to me. 2nd down and 11 here for the Digs. I can skip through that part of the 50s where we didn't win a game. 1 back, 3 receivers. Cade Wyatt at quarterback. Wyatt gets the handoff off, and then it is just destroyed. That's going to be a loss of 6.
Yeah, they're just teeing off now. I mean, when this happens, you've got to get a little, not deeper into the playbook, but you've got to start looking at maybe some short, controllable pass action just to soften them up here because it's just tee off time.
1939.
Wow.
In 1939 was the last time Montana Tech had back-to-back shutouts.
Oh.
They beat Montana Normal, who is Montana Western. They beat Western 26-0, and then they beat Carroll 23-0. In 1939 was the last time Montana Tech had back-to-back shutouts.
7th grade year.
3rd down and long. Handoff to the tailback across the 35 down to the 33-yard line. As the clock running, we're down near a minute.
More new blood in there at tailbacks.
Indeed.
Dylan Graham, who did a nice job last week against Simpson when he got in there, the Helena Capital product.
And if you followed the AA at all, how excited you have to be so excited about Dylan Graham, Akai Kaho. I mean, these young freshmen who are going to start to get more reps here as we move on. And if you ever watched Helena Capital play, you know that Graham is an absolute monster.
They're going to take the 5-yard penalty here, I'm sure, and punt it away.
That will bring the clock down to a high 20 seconds, like 27 or 28 seconds. So again, Montana Tech shut out Simpson last week. They're on the precipice of shutting out Rocky here this week. The last time Montana Tech had back-to-back shutouts was 1939. You want to take a guess at, actually, you might be able to possibly guess the coach. Do you want to guess on the coach?
The coach at Tech?
Yeah, in 1939. He was in his 17th season in 1939.
Was it a Dahlberg?
It was Charlie McAuliffe.
Wow.
Charlie McAuliffe was in his 17th year as head coach at Tech when the last time we had back-to-back shutouts. There's our trivia for today. If Brian Larson didn't get that, hey, I'm sorely disappointed.
Discovered the Snake River or something like that.
1939. So the Digs punting unit is in. Andrew Olmos back at the 47-yard line on the Montana Tech side of the 50.
A lot of pressure here on this punt and cover team. You do not want to give up the shutout.
So it looks like...
Otherwise, all Paul's work just now would have gone for naught.
And that's what we're worried about here, is don't call me a liar.
Got to take care of our money, man, here.
So, again, Montana Tech at Arizona Christian next Saturday. That's a 7 p.m. game. And hopefully you're one of the crew that's going to be meeting down there. It sounds like, there you go. There's our QR code. Thank you, Barrett. As Montana Tech at Glendale, Arizona. You can take a look at that QR code. And if you'd like to join us down there.
Tip of the hat to the Saints, too. I mean, they went down and beat the College of Idaho there in Caldwell. That's a good win, 43 points. Maybe starting to find some stuff offensively.
Yep.
I know it's been a talking point, and granted, that's an undefeated conference team, but you hear the whispers, and maybe they're turning some stuff around.
Yeah, that's a big one. Punting unit is in. Again, Andrew Olmos. back at the 48-yard line. Good snap to him. Nose down, kick is up, end over end. It'll bounce at the 11 and go out of bounds at the 10. He's a monster. He's another one where, you know, I don't think anybody gives kickers, punters near enough credit at times. He's going to be one when Andrew Olmos has moved on. I think we're going to miss pretty horribly.
Yes, yeah, they're loved, right? But yeah, it's a lonely job for them.
Yeah,
it really is.
So the Rocky offense is out on the field. Out of the shotgun. Again, at quarterback is Tillotson. Tillotson hands it off out to the 18-yard line.
You guys out getting their licks in. Kovic into the game. They're at outside linebacker getting one last good shot in.
And will we get one more snap? It looks like we will not. So Montana Tech will pitch back-to-back shutouts for the first time since 1939 as they take down the Battling Bears 38-0. And they get a little revenge from a year ago. Montana Tech jumped up early and dominated here in this football game. Once again, 38-0 is our final. Let's do this. We'll take a break. We'll pay some bills. We'll come back. We'll give you the final numbers and get you ready for Arizona Christian as well, ladies and gentlemen. We're here on Digger Vision, brought to us by Intermountain Health. We're back after. Hey, welcome back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech. As once again our final 38-0, Montana Tech takes down the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College here on a Saturday afternoon. Haskett, excuse me, I have the hiccups. Give me your take, brother.
Well, yeah, just it's just one of those games. Tech got up early and was executing. You know, we talked about it at halftime, how efficient they were, both offensively and defensively. Really good plan coming in here after, you know, their blowout win last week against Simpson. And then in the second half, you know, you just manage, right? Just get up and down the field. You don't want to run the score up or anything like that, but you still want to execute, get to look at some 2s, 3s, 4s, that kind of thing, and a pretty good effort. Like I said, you know, before we got back on, that was a really entertaining 38-0 game. It was, just because the big plays, some good plays, guys stepping up, and you know, exciting plays. You know, the stuff that gets the fans out of their seats, long home run balls and good runs and good plays made defensively. I mean, it was for 38-0. It was as enjoyable as it could be.
Let's take a look at the numbers here. We'll start things off for the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College. As we look, they ran 49 offensive plays for 152 yards. They were 2 of 10 on third down today and 1 of 2 on fourth down. They converted 10 first downs on the afternoon. Individually, Allen was 6 of 14 through the air for 33 yards. Tillotson was 2 of 5 through the air for 24 yards. He threw 1 interception. Allen was sacked once. Receiving-wise, Waddell had 2 catches for 26. Sholey, Dwyer, Killian, Clinton, and Rooney each had 1 catch each for the Battling Bears. On the ground, Adams had 9 carries for 34 yards. Allen had 9 carries for 30 yards on the day. Sholey, 4 carries for 16, and Rooney, 4 carries for 16 for Rocky. Once again, they ran 49 offensive plays, 152 yards. On the other side, Montana Tech, 67 offensive plays for 524 yards on the day. They had 29 first downs. They were 7 of 13 on third down and 1 of 1 on fourth down. Individually, Blake Thelen was 18 of 25 for 336 yards, 4 touchdowns. He was sacked once. He was not intercepted on the day. Let's see his receiving core. Michelotti, 3 catches for 95 yards, a career high for the young freshman. From there, Wyatt Alexander, 3 catches for 72 yards and a score. Kennedy had 4 catches for 68 yards and a score. Torgerson, 4 receptions, 62 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the day. Landers, Pierce, Snyder, and Kurgan each all had 1 catch for Montana Tech. The running game, Landers Smith on top, 19 carries, 83 yards, 1 touchdown on the day for Landers. Cade Wyatt had 3 carries for 41. Vetter had 6 carries for 35. Renner, 5 carries for 20. Levi Torgerson, 1 carry for 13. Kai Cahoe had 3 carries for 7. And Graham had 1 carry for 4 yards on the day for Montana Tech. Again, 6 67 offensive plays, 524 yards. Montana Tech back-to-back shutouts for the first time since 1939.
Yeah, a good game. And you know, talk about, you know, we're not big on stats matter, but they do matter. You know, we talked about that last week in that blowout win, but you know, getting onto the national scene, you know, Tech's got some numbers bumpers the last couple of weeks, you know, on what they held the opposing team to offensively, yardage-wise and score-wise, and what they've been able to produce offensively, you know, for numbers, you know, I believe over 1,100 yards in the last 2 weeks, 11 to 1,200 yards. Yeah, those are stats that do matter on the national scene, and they've gotten to look at a lot of bodies. You know, that's where you're happy for these 2s and 3s and 4s whose families travel every week and their player doesn't necessarily get off the sideline. So that's been a good, healthy game environment 2 weeks in a row for this entire Montana Tech football team.
38-0 is our score as Montana Tech goes to 6-2 overall, 3-2 in the Frontier Conference. Rocky remains winless in Frontier Conference play. They're 0-6 and 1-7 overall. You know, again, my thanks to our incredible crew is Jason on our replay, Barrett on our graphic side of things, and for Ron Haskett, I'm Paul Panisco. Thanks for joining us on a Saturday. Remember, Montana Tech at Arizona Christian next week, and then a pair of home games here to close out the regular season as we start to eyeball that playoff picture down the horizon. Once again, for Ron Haskett and my entire crew here, our great camera crew and more, I'm Paul Panisco. Thanks for joining us on a Saturday, and until tonight at 7 o'clock for volleyball, take care.